I prayed at the bed of my mother as she prayed for relief in vain. For the prayer lines that night were all jammed up tight. There was a game at Notre Dame. The priest, he came for a visit. She asked when her prayer would go through. He said, I wish you well, but your SOL if there's a game at Notre Dame. 80,000 fans are praying at the stadium. Millions more cause the game's televised. If there's a ball in the air, your prayer ain't got a prayer when there's a game at Notre Dame. If you pray for the end of world hunger or peace for mankind to begin, better first go online, check the dates and the times of the games at Notre Dame. 80,000 fans are praying at the stadium. Millions more cause the game's televised. If there's a ball in the air, your prayer ain't got a prayer when there's a game at Notre Dame. The priest said lay back and rest now, but mama said I want to sit up and pray. He said just do it for me, your head's blocking the TV and there's a game at Notre Dame. 80,000 fans are praying at the stadium. Millions more cause the game's televised. If there's a ball in the air, your prayer ain't got a prayer when there's a game at Notre Dame. Even the Pope gave up trying to get Jesus on the line when there's a game at Notre Dame.
Welcome in, guys. This is Sean Moerity of the Two Irish Brothers Show. Ben might show up in a little bit. You never know. I did talk to him earlier, let him know that this was going down tonight. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many people show up tonight, but in particular, how many of those people are Texas Tech fans. But if those people actually give two shits about me, then they they must not have much to do. Oh, Tanner Cornet, what's up, man? Yeah, no, that was not Ben singing. That was an intro that I put together. I know not much of one, but the guy singing that song is a comedian known as Haywood Banks, or Haywood Banks. He was a comedian. He used to be on the Bob and Tom show all the time, and he has a funny song called Toast, which he plays with. He plays on a chrome toaster with two forks. I know you were. I'm just telling you. That's what the song is. Yes, they are very much haters. It has been an interesting last few days, especially on I don't know if you saw the short that I posted earlier, but yeah, the past couple days I posted some shorts about basically just trashing Texas Tech. It's been pretty much aimed at the ones on X, because that's where the real Texas Tech assholes are. I'm not trying to put down the entire school or anything like that, but it wasn't on here. I mean, we got a lot of views on here, but not really any comments. Same with X. Nobody paid it any mind on there. But on TikTok, oh my God. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, those people, these online Texas Tech warriors, they are something else. But I told them I was having a stream tonight, that I was having a stream on our channel. So we'll see if they show up. I'll let them in. I will let them in if they want to talk to me. So, yeah. What is conservative? Okay, conservative nation. I was waiting for that. I knew. You saw the short that I made this afternoon, didn't you? Just be like, I'll show you a degree, all right. A degree of how hard I can shove my fist up your. I'm not going to go there. So anyway, so according to the counter, 2 people watching to this point. I would assume it's both Conservative Nation and Tanner here. So, but if anybody else happens to be watching, this is the link to get in here to the show and talk directly with me and be a part of the show. Right there in the live chat. Anyway, I'm not sure how long I'm going to go. Originally, I thought our buddy Ryan was going to join for this, be co-host for the night, but he was actually doing something on their own show for Week 0 Productions. We're actually starting at the same time. Well, I guess I'm 10 minutes later, but still. But yeah, Big One versus Pitt tomorrow. That is going to be the big key to this last quarter of the season. And I got a feeling it's not going to be well, I'm just going to say it. I real strongly do not feel it's going to be a score like Navy last week. That Pitt team's going to play us tough. I hate saying it. So we just got to prepare ourselves for a heart attack. But yeah, with all this Texas Tech stuff, I don't know where it all came from. I don't know what their head coach Joey McGuire was thinking. Like, why is he starting shit with a team that you're not even likely going to play? I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen, but so far where the rankings have been falling, I'm not betting on it. Because if both of us make the playoffs, I am pretty sure we're going to be on opposite sides of the bracket. So really, I think the only way we'd play each other is if it was the national title game, which, well, how much more do I want to stir the pot with my comments? But yeah, I just don't get it. Why would he shit talk us when they're ranked higher than us? We're at number 9, they're at number 6. Like, what's his problem? And then you got all the assholes on mostly on X. It hasn't really been anywhere else. But yeah, like Conservative Nation here. Like that stuff. Like, what a stupid thing to even say. Not saying you're stupid, but just that insult that these people are using. We saw it last year with Indiana before the opening round against them. Now Texas Tech fans are doing the same thing, at least the ones on X anyway. Why? What? Like, really? I mean, now myself, listen, I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm not pissed off that I didn't get into Notre Dame or get the chance to go to school there. I'm happy with who I am and how my life is and all that. But it's like, what bothers me is just like the people that use that in the arrogant, smug, narcissistic way that they say it. I just, what does it matter? If you put your heart and soul into a team and you love that team, and you're not, switching teams like every 5 minutes, which, yeah, there are true bandwagoners out there. What does it matter? I mean, you got to have a resume to be a fan. It's just, that logic is so stupid, even for a trolling joke. Because it's like, would they say the same thing to their fans that didn't attend Texas Tech or to Indiana last year? Would they say the same thing to their fans? I mean, it's just so retarded. But anyway, with that said, what is on everyone's mind tonight? You got a question, ask away. The link to join the show is right there in the live chat. You want to come in here and talk with me? Let's talk. It's Friday night. You chose to come here and talk to me. Let's talk. Let's have some fun. But I don't know if any of you guys saw the preview that we did for. Well, I should say I did because Ben wasn't able to join me for it because he was sick. Hands down, the toughest game of these last three. And we get through this one. And I'm not going to say that you never say it's easy. But let's just say I like our chances of making the playoffs a lot more. They go up big time. Because the last two games after this are Syracuse and Stanford, and we should just absolutely roll them. But yeah, that Texas Tech stuff was kind of funny. I mean, making the shorts, that is. I think I struck a nerve with them. Because if you guys go on our TikTok page right now and see all the comments, it's funny as hell. Actually, I should probably check, see if there's anything new. Oh boy. I agree. I 100% agree. If we lose to Pitt, this game, our chances are done. I'm just being honest here. Normally, with 2 losses as an independent, we would be done. The reason, and this is what, like, the people that always go on about us joining the conference and obsess over conferences, conference this, conference that, conference. They obsess over it like they are, like the conference is Jim Jones and they are the cult members. It's ridiculous. So the thing is, the only reason that this is what they don't get. And I know that it seems so simple, I know, but if the other teams in front of us would not lose, then we wouldn't even be in the college football playoff discussion right now. But thanks to a bunch of mayhem and some luck, because every team needs a little luck. That's why we're in it right now. And it's like the people that want us in a conference so bad, it should be the opposite. It should be the opposite. They should be advocating for us to not be in one. Because as an independent, our margin for error is so small as it is. One loss practically kills us, or at least puts us on on thin ice. But 2 losses, we're normally dead. I mean, join the conference and just make it easier for us because we'd have a chance to come back and, play our way back in. And we could afford to lose 2 games, maybe even 3. But so I don't understand this logic with the haters wanting us in a conference. John, what's up? A little nervous about the defense still. Thoughts? I have my nervous moments too about them, about the defensive side of things. But when you see how much better they've gotten week after week, I'm happy. I'm happy about it. But yes, they are but they're still a new group. They still make some mistakes. They haven't. I don't know if this would be the right way to describe it, but they almost still haven't 100% gelled. And I'm talking more. I mean, I'm talking more players to coach. Because Chris Ash is a lot different from Al Golden. So when you got a new coach with a new scheme, then yeah, it's going to take some time. And those first 2 games it hurt. But the fact is they've gotten better and better each week. The improvement has been amazing, and doesn't mean I'm letting Chris Ash off the hook, because those first 2 games, I'm still furious about that. Well, it's like I said, dude. If you're one of those Tech fans that were on the, because I didn't think your name didn't look familiar to me, so I'm guessing you were probably one of the Tech fans that came to the on TikTok, one of those videos. I've explained this a million times. If the teams in front of us would not cause chaos and get upset and lose to unranked opponents, we wouldn't be taking that spot. So if you're going to be critical on how the system works, because it's the CFP that's putting us in. SEC all the way. Well, I don't know. I mean, I've had a lot of people come onto those videos on TikTok and comment. I'm not sure who's who. But I still stick by with what I said. If you don't want a 2-loss Notre Dame team in the college football picture, or the college football playoff picture, don't lose. Everyone's like all the Miami fans were pissed off. Well, okay, yeah, you beat us. We have the same record. Yes, I get that. But who did our 2 losses come to? You guys by the Hurricanes by 3 and A&M by 1. So we're 4 points away from being undefeated right now. Who did Miami's 2 losses come to? 2 unranked opponents. Yes, I know one was Louisville. They're not a bad team, but they're still unranked. Same with SMU. Not saying they're a bad team either, but they're unranked. So there's got to be a line somewhere. And then there's just been a bunch of absolute other mayhem that's been going on. So the bottom line is, you don't allow mayhem to ensue, then Notre Dame wouldn't be in the playoff picture. I don't know how much more clear I can explain it to you. But don't lose, and the Irish wouldn't stick around. We'd be headed for, I don't know, the Holiday or the Gator Bowl right now. Because like I said, independence, very little room for error. 2 losses as an independent would kill us. But here's something I want to ask you guys, and I asked somebody in the comment section on TikTok earlier. Is it really because of how unfair you feel the system is, or is it just because it's Notre Dame in that spot? See, because right now in college football, there's only 2 independents, us and UConn. I mean, would you guys really be saying the same thing if it was UConn right now? Same as us, same record, played the same schedule. Because I just don't think any of you guys would be that pissed off if it was another team, another independent. But because it's Notre Dame, then there's a little more anger and aggression. And speaking of which, I was starting to say earlier, I'm checking out the activity on TikTok here. This one person responded with a photo, and I'm not sure if I want to see it. 2 photos. I hope this dude realizes that if they're dick pics, that he loses his account. Yeah, exactly. And something else too. I even said this in a video that Ben and I did the other night, talking about the recent CFP rankings. So my buddy, I'm not going to say what he does for work. It's just, I'm very protective of my friends and family. I don't like to, talk about it. But he actually was in Lubbock on business, talking with some clients, and they took him to Texas Tech's football facility. Just like a lot of other schools, they pour millions of dollars into their facilities, and with all the big oil guys, the big oil execs, they should. So it's funny, if they're putting all that money into it, why haven't they won a national championship? But yet they want to talk shit towards us. All right, let's see this pic real quick.
Hey guys, Sean here. Big news. Very important news.
No, it's just this. Okay.
That is this. Fuck Texas Tech and fuck their little pussy lawyers on X.
I'll say I didn't.
So, have a good day, everyone.
When you see that you get a reply with a picture, it's like, oh my God, what's it going to be?
Big news. Hey guys, Sean here. Big news. Very important.
Oh, and this other one is just Shane Gillis. Okay, that's a dumb comment, dude. Why does Notre Dame have to join a conference just to beat up on the bottom feeders, just to impress you? That's just real stupid. I mean, you've even had coaches. I forget who else. I think Dabo Swinney was one, and I think even Kirby Smart said it too. They'd rather not even play conference championship games. But come on, man, if you're going to make an argument, don't make it an educated answer. Give an educated reason, not something stupid like that. And you know something else? It's not like independence is exclusive only to Notre Dame. I mean, I don't know who your team is, but I'm sure they could. All right, well, who is your team? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. The bottom line is your team could become an independent too. And actually, at one point in time, gosh, a lot of the major programs were independent. Oh, we got a guest, Tanner. What's up, dude?
Hey, Sean, what's going on, my man?
Not too much. As you can see, we got a lot of action here from the haters and the Texas Tech online warriors.
Yeah, what'd you post on TikTok?
Well, the first one was just a quick. See, let me give you a little backstory here. I made the mistake of looking on X.
Yeah.
Because social media, Ben and I have said this for years. It's where brain cells go to die.
Yeah.
And if we weren't doing this to try to get our stuff out there, we probably wouldn't have social media.
Yeah.
So the reason for making these shorts is, okay, whatever. The insults towards Notre Dame, haha, you guys suck, blah 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 blah. That's just whatever. But it's this thing, like I said earlier, about the insult where they ask you to see your Notre Dame degree.
Yeah, I saw you posted that, but I never understood that logic either, because like I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I didn't play for the Eagles. I never worked for the Eagles. That logic doesn't hold up. And like, what about blue collar workers, truck drivers, plumbers, electricians? What are you talking about? They can't enjoy college football? That doesn't make any sense at all. Those are the people watching, like the salt of the earth guys that they're watching football. Why do you need a degree to what? It doesn't make sense.
I know what they're trying to do. And the only thing I take personal, like I said to start the video, I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm not hurt that I didn't actually attend Notre Dame.
Yeah, so they're
I
trying
know.
to get into your skin, but still the logic doesn't hold
Yeah,
up.
it's stupid.
It
So
doesn't make sense.
it's an exclusive club. You have to have actually gone to the school to be a fan. It's just like they're reaching now. They're reaching for insults. They know things like Rudy was offsides has run its course. They know join a conference will always run its course. And for the record, if we were to join one, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to win on the field either way. It doesn't, so it makes no difference to me. But Notre Lame, Notre Shame, they know that stuff has run its course, so they got to dig deep for something else.
Yeah. Well, I'm Notre Dame diehard, but that Rudy's offsides, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, but it is. It was the first 100 times, but it's getting
Yeah, for sure. You know, but these other teams, if any team who could go independent and make it work, they would do it. They can't do it. That's why they're mad.
Well, for the longest time, geez, we had a lot of the major programs were independent. Miami was an independent. Penn State was an independent. Pittsburgh was an independent. I was going to say Texas Tech, but no, they played in the old what was it? The old Big 8 or Southwest.
Yeah.
So but anyway, it doesn't matter. But the bottom
if
line,
Texas Tech could go independent and make it work, they would do it.
Yeah,
but they wouldn't be able to survive as an independent.
Well, it's like I said, independence is not just exclusive to Notre Dame,
right?
And I think the real reason that people want us in the conference so bad is not because they think we'll help the conference; it's because they hope that we just fade away into obscurity. That's just a theory.
Or they just like to glom onto that. Just people either love Notre Dame or they hate them. I never meet anyone who's like, lukewarm on Notre Dame.
But to answer your question that you started with, so I just made 2 shorts. One was just trying to be funny, like I was coming in with breaking news. All I said was, breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. Fuck Texas Tech. That is all. Have a great day. There was that one. And then the video that Ben and I made the other night talking about the recent release of the CFP rankings. I just took a couple snippets from that and put it together where I said, who the fuck do you think you are, Texas Tech? What have you done in your history? Yeah. We're going on since 1988, having not won a national championship. I fully acknowledge that. The proof right here is in the pudding.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't done anything in their entire history. Nothing. I said this in the full video. I can't remember if I posted it in the short or not, but it's true. They've only had like 6 seasons where they've won double-digit games. They've never won a major bowl game unless back in the day you want to consider the Gator Bowl a major bowl game of that time. Then I guess you could count that. But of the 6 current major bowls, they've never won one.
Their claim to fame is that Michael Crabtree catch when they beat Texas.
Yeah.
That's the biggest win in program history. And that's the one I always say that if you say Texas Tech, I think of that.
Yep. Real quick. So Conservative Nation, I guess I can agree with him on something there with the conservative part, but I'm not going to make this about politics. White collar workers pay the bread at the end of the day. It's all about money. Well, what have I been saying, dude? That's why Notre Dame's not in a conference, because of money. They make more money by not being in a conference. They get their own TV deal.
Yeah, I got nothing against white collar workers. There's more.
I'm not against
white collar. There's more people out here watching these football games that didn't go to college, or that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know listen, believe me, I don't own a business, but I understand business. I get it. Make that money.
Yeah, for sure.
Make that damn money. I'm all about it. But yeah, that's unless he's making a reference with the white collar workers part, unless he's going with the unless this is his way of siding with the where's that ND degree, playing that game.
Yeah, I never went to Notre Dame, but I love that football team.
So Conservative Nation, what part are you referring to about making money for the school, or is that just your cheap way of using the where's your Notre Dame degree comment? I mean, Tanner's on here. The link is in the live chat. All you have to do is click it.
Is he a Texas Tech fan? I can't tell.
He said earlier that he's SEC all the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, SEC all the way. Because I asked him.
Well, I can't even hate on SEC. That's good football, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I wonder how Notre Dame would fare in the SEC, but they're not in the SEC, so we don't have to worry about it. But that is a tough league.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that that's where a lot of the best football comes from. Okay, fair. He's like, I think that's what college football represents. Well, yeah, then in that case, exactly. I agree with you. I never disagreed with that part. They're all going to want to make some money. Of course, that's what keeps you afloat. I've never had a problem with that. John here real quick says, if we were in the Big Ten, we'd destroy everyone and make OSU uncomfortable. Well, that's the thing, dude. Some of these conferences, man, aside from the SEC, they're not all as strong as they look.
Yeah, especially this year, it's been more apparent. Anybody can go down any week, it seems like. Before all this NIL stuff, do you remember when Alabama was just rolling and no one could touch them, and they were getting, before that it was USC, no one could beat USC. But like now, there's no teams like that anymore. If there are, they're coming on late because Alabama comes out and loses game 1, and everyone's like, "What's going on here, man?"
Well, this is where I do agree with people. I mean, that is where the transfer portal and the NIL has really changed things.
Yeah,
because let's say you lose your star receiver to graduation, or he leaves early to the NFL, whatever. You can just go into the portal, maybe not find someone as good as him, but you can find somebody to fill that role who's already seasoned and can do what you need him to do.
Yeah. Well, Texas Tech did that. They went out and they got some good players. But those are the rules. Like, they're not breaking any rules. You're allowed to do that. So they went out and bought some players, and they're having a lot of success. And if their coach wouldn't have popped up at the mouth, we wouldn't even be talking about it. That was insane. I couldn't believe he said that.
Well, and we know he's not talking about UConn.
Exactly. He's talking about Notre Dame, but like, why is Notre Dame on his mind?
I don't know. That's just, he should have learned from James Franklin and Kurt Signetti last year. Keep your mouth shut, dude.
Well, Kurt Signetti's rolling this year. We'll have to wait and see on him. But yeah, last year he talked a lot and they went down. But he's got a tough team.
I'm trying to be as fair as I can.
Yeah.
When I hear Indiana, it was the same crap as last year with the show me your degree stuff. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, he's got it going. But I want to see him do it consistently more than 2 years.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying too.
But I'm not going to take anything away from what they're doing now. I'm not. They did beat Oregon on the road. They've been getting it done. They've stayed consistent. So I can't really say anything. I can't really give that big of a criticism.
Yeah, that Penn State game was awesome too. I watched the whole thing, and it was a great game. If Penn State wouldn't have had such a bad record, that would go down as an all-time great Big Ten game. But because Penn State's down this year, I heard someone talking about I forget the Indiana quarterback, his name, but he had a rough game, and then right at the end when it mattered, he made these 2 huge throws, and he came back and won. And like, I want Jeremiah Love to win the Heisman, but that Indiana quarterback, that was a Heisman drive.
It was Luis something?
Mendoza?
Yeah, I think
his name.
Yeah, I think so.
I
knew it was a very Hispanic name.
Yeah, but that he came like he was not playing great, but when he needed to, he dug down. And no one asked my opinion, but that was a Heisman drive if there ever was one.
I agree.
Especially if they make they go undefeated, they make it into that playoff, and people are going to look back at that and say like, yeah, this is the guy.
Oh man, I need a haircut so bad. Not trying to change the subject, but no, you're right, man. You're absolutely right. It doesn't matter how if you could play bad for 3.5 quarters, but you make that one drive happen to win the game, rest is forgotten.
Yeah. Remember when I can't remember what year Matt Leinart won the Heisman, but I watched that '05 game on TV, the green jersey game. People forget that fourth down before the Bush push,
Yeah,
but
like
that was a huge throw and a even better catch. And still, if Ambrose would just put his hand out there and knocked that down, my life would be totally different right now, man. That still hurts, and it was all those years ago.
let's see, I was 19 years old,
Yeah,
and
I was probably about that too.
yeah, it was because I graduated high school in '04. I'm sorry it's not a Notre Dame degree, but
Eh,
yeah. Well, see, the thing is with me on my personal life is I pretty much went to work straight out of high school,
yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. That stadium holds 80,000 people. They didn't all graduate from Notre Dame, but they pour into the school. They love it. I
I
don't
think
understand that.
on campus, I think that what 9,000 total students, if
Yeah,
that, on campus.
yeah.
So there you go. But no, I was 19 years old at the time, and I remember I was watching that game at my friend's house, and when Lion when he made that throw, I'm like, no way that just happened.
I know. It
And
still hurts right here.
I know, man. Let me tell you something about hurting. My younger brother, who I actually live with, um, he was at his apartment at the time. Once that happened, he punched a hole right through his door.
I bet a lot of Notre Dame fans did.
And I'm like, well, when he did that, and he tells me the story, I'm like, how is your hand not broken? And he says, well, Sean, from what I felt, it was a pretty crappy door. So
Probably nothing compared to the other pain of that game.
no.
Because I mean, honestly, Notre Dame really didn't have business being in that game, but for whatever reason, Zibikowski's making plays. They're staying in the game. Special teams is keeping it close, and then right at the end, it's that fourth down play. Leinart, he's immortalized in Notre Dame fans' minds forever because of that.
Well, I remember he was talking some mad shit before the week of that game too. Like there was one media clip where he's saying, "Hey, we're looking to come in there and win, and they better prepare themselves for a devastating loss or something like that." And I'm like, "You cocky son of a bitch."
Yeah,
Well, you know what? The way I see it is he came out with the win, but you had to earn every damn second of that victory, dude.
yeah, and he did too. He's a great college player. That's what college football is all about. I was at that Nebraska game in Notre Dame Stadium, that Sea of Red game, and I was riding up to the game with my uncle, who is a huge,
2000?
yeah, yep.
That was my freshman year of high school.
Oh, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you remember Joey Getherall?
Man, Joey, we've been trying to get him on. We've been
Yeah,
trying to get him on the show, but the thing
I mean,
is, he's a police officer today.
yeah, I read that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I contacted him on Facebook, but he just, officers, they have different, very odd schedules.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I think it's like 4 on, 3 off, or something like that. And
Yep.
so he works a lot of weekends,
hmm
and he works nights, which is a double whammy.
Yeah,
But you damn right, I remember Joey Getherall. He was the definition of 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing.
yeah,
That guy was so fearless though.
he was. I remember every time he'd catch punts, every single time the NBC broadcast would be like, "Hey, and it's Joey Getherall to field the punt. Never fair catches." They'd say that every time. Never fair catches. That was like he was known for that.
Well, it was true. He never did.
Yeah.
But the special teams, they kept us in it that day because
Yeah, and he had a huge game that game. I met him after the game. His dad made it like I could tell I was just a kid, but I could tell he didn't want to take a picture with me. But his dad called him over. He's like, "Joey, you're taking a picture with this boy right here." And so Joey took a picture with me. He looked real sad, and then you got the Nebraska equipment truck in the backdrop of our photo. And I just had the biggest smile on my face. I was a huge Joey fan. I still, to this day, like I would love to meet him. He was my hero back then. But like that Sea of Red game with Nebraska, that was another heartbreak. Like I've been to some games and I've watched a lot of games, and I'm waiting for that big one where we can hopefully get this done this year within Marcus Freeman's time here. We can get that big national championship.
he has got a vibe around this team right now that is like none other. I mean, I know he's had the bad moments. Like, of course, the other people like to bring up the haters, always bring up NIU, and it's been a year.
Yeah. Well, I was at that Marshall game too. That was rough.
It's like, okay, we get it. We had some bad losses. So have you guys. Let's move on now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have a point. You really shouldn't lose to NIU, but that happened. They rallied. They made it to the national championship game. You can't undo it, but that was pretty close. I mean,
Yeah.
one game away.
Yeah, I know. And where I really see a difference, and Ben and I have mentioned this many times in videos, when you look at that national title game last year and you compare it to 2012 when we got slaughtered by Alabama.
Absolutely. Wasn't even close. Had no business being against Alabama. That was rough.
That's the feeling. That's the feeling that that we got back then. And yes, I know we were down 31-7 even in that game. But here's where the difference is. We fought back.
Mm-hmm.
We fought back late, made it a one-score game, and then they kicked the field goal to make it double digits, and then that's what did us in. But it's like normally a Notre Dame team in that situation, they would lay down and die.
Yeah. Not Marcus Freeman's team. And he said that before. I've heard him say, he's been asked about this game, and he'll say, man, I just wish we would have played our best football. They didn't play their best game. Now, obviously, I think Ohio State was the better team. I think the better team won. But I think Notre Dame, if they would have played their game and got a few breaks, they could have kept it close, maybe even pulled that out. But like I think that's pretty wise of him to say something like, well, yeah, they kicked our butt. They won, but we didn't play our game. If we would have played our game and lost, I'd feel a little bit better about the outcome. But what hurts more is when you lose a game and you played your C- game. You'll wonder for the rest of your life.
The way I know what you're talking about, and the way he worded it, it couldn't have been more perfect.
Yeah, that hurts. I'm just, like I said, hopefully, I believe in him though. I mean, there's something about him. I think he's got it in him to be a special coach. At Notre Dame, it's national championship or bust. I mean, people that say join a conference, they're right. We don't have a conference championship to play for, so he's got to win that big one, or like we'll go to the Frosted Flakes Bowl again or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. At least the Sun Bowl or the Holiday Bowl or Citrus or Gator, there are at least bowl games that have been around forever and have some tradition and some dignity. But
they do a little bit less now, in my opinion, because and like the playoff kind of ruined the bowl system, which some people like it, some miss the bowl system, but it's hard for me to not like the way it is now, because Notre Dame with 2 losses, they'd be out already. And like, I'm 39. For most of my life, anytime Notre Dame had two losses, like my fall is shot. Like I'm just miserable. Like I get, there's always next year. Hopefully we make a bowl game, but like this year we still have hope, and I'm believing in Marcus Freeman and this team. They seem to be getting better.
Dude, I'm 39 as well. I turned 40 in January.
Oh, right on. We're old guys now.
I know. I feel like it some days, but you can't think like that. You gotta keep thinking like you're young. It helps.
Some days it's easier than others.
What was I gonna say?
We were talking about Marcus Freeman. I don't know if you want to.
No, I know what I was gonna say. Well, that's the thing when you brought up the whole 2-loss thing and we want to be out. Another attack that the haters like to go after is the opponents on our schedule, calling them weak, accuse us of scheduling a cupcake schedule. Yeah. But here's something that a lot of people don't understand. Now, of course, we have our agreement with the ACC. Got to play 5 of their opponents every year. Sometimes it's been 6.
Mm-hmm.
But with the rest of the schedule, obviously you have USC, Navy. Those are the 2 that have been guaranteed to stay. Mm-hmm. Now, other rivalries like Boston College, we don't play them every single year, but they're part of that rotation now.
Yeah.
Purdue, we don't play them every year.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but I'm saying we've lost a lot of annual opponents, but we've been able to maintain the important ones.
Yeah.
But with a lot of the open slots where we schedule our own opponent, people don't realize that that's done like 10 years in advance.
Yeah, sometimes even more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And if that team, like, okay, we played Boise this year,
Who's been a powerhouse over the past 15
upset
years.
Central,
Yeah.
upset Central. Oh, I got to read this bullshit comment. 2012 is exactly why Indy should be in the conference. They stole it from Georgia that year. Win the fucking game.
Yeah, so
Georgia,
he makes up an interesting point. You can agree or not. Maybe Georgia was better. You know what? I'll say it. Georgia was better than Notre Dame that year, but their national championship would have been before that. So, right, you beat Alabama, then you go and slaughter Notre Dame.
yeah, it's like I've said a million times. With people like this guy, I guess, don't want to listen, or they're just trying to get under my skin. I don't know, but win the fucking game, and things would fall your way.
Yeah.
Pardon my French, but I don't think you have virgin ears.
So was it help me out here? Was it Georgia and Alabama in the SEC championship that
Yes.
year, and Alabama wins and goes to the national championship?
Yes.
Okay, so that was the that the SEC championship was the national championship that year.
Essentially, yes.
You
Yes.
can't we can't do a rematch. We can't do Alabama and Georgia. Let's do it again. Play the same game again. Like
Yeah.
that was your chance. Beat Alabama, then you get to go beat up on Notre Dame, and then you're in the national championship.
You can't get all pissy at Notre Dame because Georgia didn't win.
Yeah, I get why he's mad.
Of course.
Because Notre Dame probably didn't deserve to be there, but they won all their games. So what do you want them to do?
Let me tell you something. In that season, and like again, this is what goes back to the scheduling. How are we supposed to know that teams are going to fall? Are we supposed to know that teams are going to fall off?
No, that's why they say just win the game. Notre Dame won their game. They won them close. They had a lot of low scoring games, and they weren't. Maybe they weren't one of the best two teams in the country, but
in that,
they can't say no to a bid. They're like, all right, you're in the national championship. Nah, we don't want it. Let Georgia take our spot. That's ridiculous.
That's dumb.
But I do see why he's mad. He makes a good point. Like, yeah, Georgia's probably better, but that's not how any of this works.
But like I said, if you beat Alabama, you guys get to come to Miami and beat us up. So you can't blame Notre Dame because you didn't beat Alabama.
Yeah.
So, but in that, I was gonna say, with our schedule that season, we had on one schedule, we had Oklahoma, USC, Michigan.
Yeah.
There were some other really good teams on
there. They were close.
Miami was on the schedule that year too. But it was loaded with some really big name teams.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of them weren't as good as they had been. Is that our fault? Again, is that our fault that they fall off? Because normally, if you play that schedule, like say back in the mid 90s or the 80s, oh my God,
yeah,
you'd be lucky to win a few games.
Yeah,
but then you have our other rivals that year. Michigan State was on the schedule. Navy, of course. Stanford.
Yeah, Pitt.
Yep, Pittsburgh. That was a close one, which I shouldn't be talking about since we play them tomorrow.
I mean, I'm a huge Notre Dame fan, but I think that one's going to be I think it's going to be a blowout. I think Notre Dame's going to just crush them.
I hope so. I just see my approach is, and I don't know how long you've been watching us, but myself, I've always tried to take the approach when Ben and I do a preview. And
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, there's been some times where I've gotten a little cocky and I made that mistake because the game turns out to either be a loss or not what I expected.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like I said, I went to that Marshall game. NIU can always happen. This team doesn't. I think Freeman's got them rolling, got them focused. I don't think that's going to happen. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words. But just Notre Dame, they're rolling, man. Love and Price are killing it. CJ Carr's he's coming on strong.
That kid is so many miles ahead of where he should be right now. It's unbelievable.
I can't believe how young he is and how well he plays. Yeah, he throws a beautiful ball, and I'm a big Ian Book fan. He did a lot for the school, and he won all those games. But if you watch Ian Book, there's a difference between CJ Carr he's anticipating throws. He's giving his guys a chance. He's throwing those 50-50 balls, and he's giving us some excitement. Well, save for that LSU pass to Miles Boykin, Ian Book really didn't do that. He didn't take any chances. He'd take his check downs. I don't want to disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect Ian Book, but this is just what I think I was watching. You know, earlier in his career, Ian was throwing those balls, giving his guys a chance. But it just seemed to me as his career progressed, he won all those games. But the only reason I bring it up is CJ Carr seems to be throwing those balls. He's willing to take more chances, and I think he's going to be a really good Notre Dame quarterback.
Well, here's the difference with CJ and Ian Book. Hey, I loved Ian Book.
I did too. He was awesome.
Great guy, great locker room presence, did his job on the field as to the best of his ability. But there's a difference. Ian Book, and this isn't even a bad thing, he was more of a field general. CJ Carr, from what I've seen so far this year, the kid's a baller.
Gunslinger.
Yes, he is. That's the difference. This kid could follow in the footsteps of of Jeremiah Love. He could be if he does things right, CJ could be a Heisman candidate.
I hope so. I mean, if he keeps progressing, look how far he's come so fast. Like it's awesome to see. He's so young.
Okay.
He might be right. I haven't watched a lot of. He might be right. I've been seeing that like Pitt's got some good linebackers, and honestly, Notre Dame's line is not what it was under Heastan.
Well,
but
no, but
we got these awesome backs.
This is what we get in live streams. The guy pretends to go along, and then he shows the true colors of what he's actually here to do.
That's okay. I mean, even if he's trolling, if he's trolling, I've watched this O-line play. They can be porous. But that's why you have you got a great back like Love. He makes that first guy miss, and he can make them look a lot better than they really are. We're gonna find out though.
Yeah, I know. It's just the typical stupid nonsense. Just like going with the whole narrative. I mean, these people can't even troll smart anymore. You fail at trolling. You fail at trolling. I mean, the only thing he did right there was he blended in. That's the only thing he did right. But when he comes to his third act, it's the same stupid shit that they all say. It's like they all share the same brain. They all share the same retarded brain.
I know. I'm kind of used to the ND haters. It's more rampant online. You get people face to face, and they don't talk as much mads.
Well. This guy, I left the link. This guy doesn't even want to come on and talk.
Yeah, maybe he's just here to troll.
Well, that's the thing. Come on, there's the link. There's the link, dude. There's the link. Click it. Come on in.
What do you think about all this NIL? You like this or you dislike it?
There's pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
Now I'll start with the cons. These are, especially when it's kids that are fresh out of. Okay, hold on.
I can't see the comments. What do you say?
I was gonna put it up. I would love to show my face. Why not? Why not? No, you can show your face.
Just do it. Just do it in a black room. Just turn all the lights off and just.
No. Not. I don't want to get. No, you're gonna come on here. You want to talk a good game. Show your face. But that's the thing. That's why I know this guy's trolling. I get it, but grow some balls and show your face. That's what where the internet is such a cancer. It's easy for anybody to hide.
Mm.
Anybody can hide, say whatever they want, and of course it's online. It's right. This is on a screen here. I mean, yes, you could say the same thing. I'm only on a screen, but I at least am, having the balls to get on here, which takes a lot for anybody to do. Because I know there's a lot about me that somebody could rip apart. I got to shave and I need a haircut and I could probably stand to lose a little weight. There's no question about that. I don't deny any of that. But come on, conservative nation, grow a pair, man. I'm not gonna beat up on you too bad. If you can have a civil conversation, it'll all be good. But to go back to
NIL.
NIL.
Yeah, what you think?
The cons are you're giving way too much money to these kids who are still very immature and
Yeah.
not very business savvy, if you will.
Yeah.
It's like that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make is giving an 18-year-old kid like $10 million. He's not mature enough to know how to properly invest it and all
Or
that stuff.
or
He's gonna
just to learn the value of the dollar is a lesson that I learned maybe a little too late in life, and I wish I would have learned it earlier. But yeah, you give or these kids that transfer 4 times, and there's no way they're graduating. Like how's all that transfer? Like you're setting yourself up to fail, and hopefully that money works out for you. Because if you leave college without your degree, you're you're kind of setting yourself up for failure.
yeah,
Unless you're going to the NFL, but
yeah. I mean, when you're there, you should learn something as well.
yeah, you seen that document, that 30 for 30 ESPN, it's called Broke, about the NFL players who go
Yeah,
broke. Oh,
I
it's so
have.
good. I mean, it's terrible what happened to them. I'm not celebrating that they went broke, but that documentary was very very well done. Anyone watching, if you haven't seen Broke on ESPN 30 for 30, you should watch it. It's about these NFL players who don't understand what they've been given. They don't understand the value. They don't understand the dollar, and they go broke within 3 4 years in the league. It's crazy.
I
And
liked
it's happening again now in college.
in the intro of that 30 for 30. I liked when the one agent said, I'm not going to say who, but I had a client who wanted to invest in floating furniture for hurricanes, so that way it would just float away and it wouldn't damage the furniture. The people could just go back and get it later.
Yeah.
What? What?
And you give exactly. So you give that guy $10 million, and his $10 million is going to be gone.
Exactly. But not just that much money too. Not just the spending foolishly, but they're well known, obviously, especially since they're a big top recruit out of high school or already established, but they get paid in college.
They've been worshipped their whole life up to that point. They've
Yeah.
never heard no up to that point. Then they go through college and they're awesome. They go to the NFL and they've never learned what it took me too long to learn too. Yeah.
But the thing is, they're going to be so well known that there's going to be a lot of sharks, if you will.
Yes.
Not just professionals, but just any fan or any of their fellow students.
Yeah.
That are going to want something out of them.
Yeah.
They're going to be on their back nonstop, and who knows? Could it get ugly to where he doesn't agree with doing something, someone stabs him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah. I keep hearing, I've never seen numbers. I probably will never see the numbers. Notre Dame probably will never release them, but everyone says, and I keep hearing over and over, Notre Dame has a really good NIL package for you. If you go there, they do it the right way. They get you set up. You do your meet and greets or whatever they do. I honestly don't know the details, but you're not keeping all that talent. You're not keeping Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price and all that stable of running backs if you don't have something to give to them. So Notre Dame, I mean, they're taking care of their guys. They're just not putting it out there that much.
Yeah. I mean, and Marcus Freeman is the type of coach that wants his guys to be humble.
Yeah.
And it's true. If you act like a hot shot, then it's going to come back and bite you in the ass big time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a coach, but he's also a teacher. He's molding these young men. And from an outsider looking in, it really does look like these Notre Dame players, for the most part, they go on to do great things in life. And I mean, people want to say, you don't have a degree, how are you Notre Dame fan? Well, it's about more than football. If you've been to the campus, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you haven't been to the campus, you should go, even if you hate Notre Dame, just to see what it's all about, because it's college football history there, and it's beautiful, and there's something different about that place. And who knows, maybe you'll go to a game there and they lose and you have a great experience. You get to experience Notre Dame Stadium. You get to see the beautiful campus and see what it's all about, and maybe your team wins. But if you're a college football fan, you should go. It's a great place.
I grew up in the place, man. I have I may not have gone there, but I've had 8 family members that have. And
oh, that's awesome.
My uncle Jim, and I'm sure he'd be fine with me saying this. This is where I have, it means a lot to my whole family. And it's
Mhm.
special. But my Uncle Jim was the football team doctor there for like 27 years.
That's awesome. So, I mean, you didn't get your degree, but like it's in your family.
It's something that
You should get to enjoy it just like everyone else.
I cherish that that's a part of our family.
Yeah.
I love the place, even though it's changed a little bit in certain areas. It's always been a part of me. It's been in my blood essentially, and I invest in it. I love the place. I love what it stands for,
Yes, me too.
especially the faith part, because I'm a big man of faith,
Yeah, same.
and it's a part of me. It's a part of me. I mean, yes, I would have loved to have gone to school there, but it just wasn't meant to be. I wasn't good enough. I'll be man enough to say that.
Yeah, I didn't have the grades or the athletic. There was nothing about what I am that would have got me in there. But I grew up watching my dad loved it. His dad loved it, and it's just come down through, generations. Everyone loved Notre Dame back in the day, and that's just kind of how it worked out for me. I'm from South Dakota, so we don't
Okay.
really have it's all Nebraska fans around here, which is fine. I don't love Nebraska, but I don't hate Nebraska, but I do love Notre Dame.
Well, don't the Jackrabbits get enough credit?
Yeah, they do. Well, they do recently. Yeah, they won 2 natties. That's where I went to school, SDSU.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Jacks. Very good. What do they call it? The championship subdivision, the FCS.
Yeah, FCS. There's FCS Division 1, 2, and 3. It used to be at NCAA one double A.
Yeah, now they call it the FCS. But
Mhm.
yeah, they're tough in the FCS, or they have been in the past. They just got steamrolled by NDSU, who is incredible. But
It's only a matter of time before the Bison go Division FBS.
yeah, well, the thing about that is like you got to be okay not winning national championships anymore if you're going to move up. And I think they like being the best, which I don't blame them. That's why you go. That's why you go to NDSU to be the best, or it used to be SDSU a couple years ago. I mean, NDSU has been doing it better longer,
Right.
but as soon as you make that leap, then you have to accept that national championships are out now. We're just trying to make a bowl game or hopefully make that playoff, and that's our national championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they got a great program. NDSU is incredible.
Oh man, let me tell you something. When the Bison came into Iowa City and upset Iowa,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my God, I love that. Now I don't hate the Hawkeyes. I don't hate the Hawkeyes. It's just where I went to school at. I'm in an area what's known as the Quad City area of Illinois and Iowa.
yeah,
So once on the Illinois side, you have Rock Island and Moline, and on the Iowa side, it's Bettendorf and Davenport. So naturally, in this area, which I'm still in the Quad Cities.
yeah.
So naturally, you're going to have a lot of Hawkeye fans. You get a lot of Illini fans, and so on.
Yeah.
And two of the most hated people that I went to school with were Iowa fans.
Oh, so that one was sweet for you.
So that's why I was smiling a little bit extra that day.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, you lost to the best in FCS Division 1, so but still, that you really should not happen.
Yeah, it's been a weird season. The SDSU, the Jackrabbits are a little down this year, but they'll get it figured out.
I'll never forget when they lost to Iowa. The final score was 7-3, and not one single touchdown was scored.
I know, isn't that crazy?
I remember telling my dad about that because he didn't watch the game that day, and I told him about it, and I'm like, or he says to me, "How did they not score one touchdown?" I'm like, "Dad, there were 2 safeties and 3 field goals." That's 2 field goals.
That's so Iowa Hawkeye football, though. They play those low-scoring, Big Ten grinded out defensive games all the time. I've been saying, like, if they get a quarterback in there, and they've been trying, but if the Hawkeyes could get a talented 5-star recruit in there, I really think they could make some noise because they play tough D, and they're a hard-nosed old school team.
If they could just get an average at best quarterback,
yeah, that's actually
they would be dangerous.
If they could get a solid 3-star quarterback who can make some throws, absolutely they could make some noise. That's all they're missing, that one piece. They always play tough D. They always have good running backs, big hulking tight ends, like big dudes. They just need that athlete or whatever, the gunslinger, the thrower. They need a quarterback.
Yeah, they just really haven't had one in quite a while. I really can't think of the last one. But not to just jump topics here, but going back to the NIL for a second. I explained the cons, but here's the pros of it. There was my buddy here. His name's Brandon, but he goes by Magnum. Big time Georgia fan. I forget which player he said it was, but there was a Georgia player who was charged. I forgot how it goes. He was charging for autographs or something like that. But he gave all of the money to charity.
Oh, that's awesome.
But the problem was the NCAA fined him for it, or they punished, or they not fined him, but they made him sit out a couple games or something like that. I forget all the details.
Was that before NIL, like when it was not allowed to do? Okay.
Yeah, this was before NIL.
Yeah.
So that player, even though he gave all the money to charity, their issue was, well, it is still your jersey, your name, so we have to punish you for this. So that's where a pro of the NIL comes in, is it makes sure that crap like that doesn't happen. Because I thought it was bullshit too, that the dude got punished for it. I forget who it was though that did that. But also, you also do have, I know this is going to sound like the typical sob story, but you do have a lot of guys from certain backgrounds that come into college, first time ever being away from home. They have nothing. They have no money. They're just scraping by. And I think if you were to put a limit on the NIL to where these guys can get enough just to, have some money to, do a little something with, because not everybody who goes to college has rich parents that have a fund set away for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, if there's a limit and they were able to be able to do those signings and raise money for charity, have some spending money on their free time, that's would definitely be a pro side of it.
Yeah.
But the problem is the NIL is like the Wild West.
Yeah, they need to find something in the middle. Like the old way didn't really make a whole lot of sense. These kids don't have, the kids that you're talking about, they don't have anything. Let's get some money in his pocket. He's making a lot of money for our school, but then now there's programs just straight up paying players. Like, you come here, $1 million for you. Like, I don't think that was the intent of that's not really in the spirit of, I mean, it's NIL is name, image, and likeness. You should be paid for your name, image, and likeness, not given a paycheck.
Yeah.
You want to sign some autographs for money? That's your name. You should be able to do that. They probably should always have been able to do that, but nobody asked me. But yeah, something in the middle seems to make more sense than just shelling out money for kids. And then kid goes into Nick Saban's office. Hey, I want more money. Saban's like, all right, this isn't what I signed. This isn't in the heart of the game anymore. This isn't, what are we doing here?
Well,
I'm going to the next school. Whoever can pay me the most money, I'm going to go play there. And they're supposed to be student athletes too, right? But like I said, there's no way these credits all transfer. So you're hopping to a new school for a paycheck. Where does the studying come in? You're supposed to get your degree. You're supposed to better your life and be a well-rounded student athlete.
What you just said is a great transitioning point into something that I heard a few years ago. Are you familiar with the guy, the user on here, the content creator, Big Ball Daddy, big Tennessee fan? Well, he just passed away last year.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Great guy. He loved the Volunteers. But a few years before that, I think this was like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, he had a former Tennessee Volunteer player on his show by the name of Chris Treese. I guess he was a defensive back for Tennessee back in the 80s.
Okay.
And this Chris Treese is now a coach for some high school. I forget where he said. But all I know is, let me just say this. I could listen to this guy talk for hours. what he was saying just made so much sense.
Chris?
Yeah, Chris Treese.
Okay.
I mean, BVD too. I could have listened to him all day too. But
Yeah.
I'm saying this particular show that he had with Chris,
Yeah.
it was like I was mesmerized by it. I was focused in on what he was saying, all these different things, and he was talking about the NIL and all this, and he didn't necessarily say it was a bad thing, but he made one of the best points I've ever heard in regards to being a football player. One of the things that he said was, if you, and he's like, this is what I tell all my players at the school that I coach at. If you treat this game like a hobby, then it's going to reward you like a hobby. And then he went on to say, the problem that you have with a lot of players today coming out of high school is they're more in love with the attention than they are the game.
Man.
So he's like, look at the Army All-American game or whenever a kid makes his commitment. He's got all the hats lined up on the table, and he says, for the next 3 to 4 years, I'm going to be taking my talents to whatever university. Well, now it's the point where you might as well pick up 2 or 3 hats and say the same thing.
Yeah.
He worded it differently, but that's pretty much what he said. And
I hear you.
And you're right. That just adds on to the point that you made. That's what a lot of these kids are doing. They get, and this is what Chris did say. He goes, the thing, and then after they're praised, when they're being recruited, they're praised and they feel that love of being wanted and all that stuff. But then when they get to their respective university that they chose, they find out that, oh, this is hard. I'm not making it here like I should be, so I'm going to go somewhere else where I can. And why do they do that? Because they get to be recruited again and feel that love again.
Yeah, man.
So
you ever see that movie, The Program?
He mentioned that.
That's what it sounds like when Omar Epps' character arrives on campus the second time. He's like, where's all the buses? Where's all the cheerleaders?
Are you sure you didn't watch that same interview?
I haven't seen that interview, but the way you described it, I was thinking of The Program because
he mentioned The Program. He said that. He said, listen, to all players out there, if you haven't seen it, one of the best movies out there, The Program, go watch it. And he specifically described Omar Epps' character. He said, he's like, he comes to campus, he's, all the cheerleaders are there, the band, but when he comes back to get picked up, nobody's there waiting on him except a couple teammates. He's like,
what they should say?
Where are all the honeys? Where's the band? This and that.
Like, you're just a freshman now, buddy. You know what they should say at the Army All-American game? They should get away from for the next 3 to 4 years. They should just say, for the next year or as long as I feel like it, I'm going to be committing to the University of so-and-so because that's where we're going.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Oh God, I hate it when I lose my train of thought.
We're going to talk about the program?
No, not the program.
Okay.
But the point that Chris made in this interview out of all of this is you have to love the game and not the attention, because the attention will eventually go away because you're at some point, whether it's after a few years or after the NFL players that are lucky to play for like 10, 12 years.
Which is rare, by the way. And it's way above the average. Go ahead.
Sorry, the days of George Blanda are gone.
Yeah, no. I don't know what the average is anymore, but I think it used to be like 3 to 4 years.
So basically you're getting one contract and that's it. And most guys don't even finish that one contract.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The attention's going to go away. You are eventually going to be a former player. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. But that love for the game, if you really have it, that never goes away. Now myself, I played football in high school, but I was not good.
Same.
I was not good. The only time I was a career backup, the only time I don't know if South Dakota has this, but in the state of Illinois, once you get up by 40, it's continuous clock.
Yeah, we have something similar, yeah.
Okay. And I know some places they just have a straight up slaughter rule.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the deficit reaches a certain point, they just call the game.
Yeah.
But no, in Illinois, we have continuous clock starting in the second half once you get up by 40 points.
Yeah.
But that was me. That was the only time you would see me on the field is when we were up enough and it was comfortable enough to put me in the game.
It's a great game, man. It's the best game in the world.
I mean, even though I was a career backup, I loved being there.
Yeah.
I played with a great group of guys. When I did see playing time, I made the best of it. And it didn't matter that I wasn't good. Everybody was trying to make everybody better. And you learn a lot of lessons from playing a sport, from playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Some of my toughest lessons I learned playing football, basketball, track. Sports are great and football is the greatest sport in the world.
And I love the game. That's why, I get whenever Notre Dame screws up, I kind of go a little ape shit and people tell me to calm down. I'm like, don't tell me to calm down.
You don't, yeah. People say that to me too. I can't. In the fall, Notre Dame determines my mood. They lose, I'm a wreck. I have so much invested. I don't even know how I got here, but I love this team. I love this game, and I love the fall.
It's what we chose.
Yeah.
It's what we chose, and
barely chose it either. That's the funny thing too. My dad was a fan, so like if people always say, "Why don't you just switch teams?" Like that's not possible. Ask any fan. I'm around a bunch of Vikings fans up here, and I just like, hey, come over, watch the Eagles game. They're like, I can't. I'm a Vikings fan. Do you see that interview with the little kid that came across my TikTok? He's a Jets fan. After the game, guy shoves a microphone in his face. He's like, hey, what do you think about the game? This kid, he's like 13 years old or something. He's wearing a Jets jersey after their game. And he just goes, I hate this team. I was born into this, and I'm a Jets fan for life, but
I didn't see that.
But I hate this team. And his face it's indescribable, but you know that feeling. And then he walks away, and I'm just like, same, buddy. When Notre Dame loses, that's me. I'm just a wreck. It's funny. I'll send you a message later. I'll send you a link to it. It's not funny that his world's crashing down, but it's hilarious.
He's just
we've all been there.
He's telling the truth about how he's.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly. That's exactly how I felt in that moment, and it's great.
I've broken a couple remotes over the years.
Oh gosh, me too, dude.
I told you about my brother. He punched a hole through his damn door.
Yeah.
It's like, now, is it the worst tragedy you're ever going to have in your life? No.
No, not even. How did you feel after the national championship game last year? Just empty. I was numb for a week, but that never goes away until you finally get one.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked, but at the same time, I was so proud of that team.
Yeah.
How they just battled back after the Northern loss.
No quit. Yeah.
How I mean, listen, look what happened last year. No, we didn't break the national championship drought, but look at what we did do. Won our first ever playoff game. Hold on.
2 major bowl games. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. You beat me to the punch.
My bad. Go ahead.
Playoff game. We won not one but 2 major bowl games. Our first one since the 1994 Cotton Bowl, which I've said a million times. I know. And we made the national championship, and we lost. But we made a very valiant effort at coming back into it. We didn't lay down and quit like we did in the past.
Yeah.
So even though I was disappointed and I was hurt, I'm like, man, am I more hurt because we lost or just because that magical run is over? Because
Let me ask you. Go ahead.
They did a phenomenal job, but yeah, that hurt does exist. You can't change that.
Yeah.
It's there.
Hey, after Riley ran in for that first touchdown, how sure were you we were going to be the champs?
My confidence.
I thought we were going to win that game, dude.
My confidence was
first touchdown of the game. I was just like, I can't believe this is happening, and then it didn't happen. But that's the most joy I felt in a long time watching Notre Dame football, and then they got ripped away.
Yeah.
And all the haters are probably laughing at me right now, but it's real. If you're a college football fan, you know what I'm talking about. It's happened to everybody.
Well, right now, according to the ticker, nobody's watching.
No, that's okay. I can't see any of that. It's fun to talk to you though. The first time I watched your show, you had Matt Shelton on talking about his book.
Yes.
And I had a notification come across for that. Like I don't understand the algorithm or anything, but like, hey, Matt Shelton's on with these guys, and then I was like, oh, that's Andy Sean 45. I know this guy. He used to do those videos. He used to do these hype videos like 10 years ago or something, and then you.
Truth is, I've been on YouTube since 2009.
Yeah, yeah.
ND Sean 45 wasn't even my original name. It was Big Sean Power 10.
Oh, yeah.
Because see,
I watched it. You used to preview games by yourself, and then you'd when they started doing that Dropkick Murphys song before kickoff, you added that to your intro, and yeah, I watched you for a while, and then that's probably why it came across my feed because I was following that, and then I saw that Matt Shelton thing. I ended up buying that book for my dad, by the way, and he
man,
autographed it. Yeah, Matt, that was a great interview, and he's a great example of hard work and. He was just a hard nosed player too. Not the biggest dude, not the fastest dude, but he was, he was a never quit guy, one of those glue guys, and he made some good plays too. I mean, he was a good player.
I was at that 2004 game against Michigan, which sucked because we were coming off that loss to BYU.
Yeah.
And when he had that nice touchdown catch from Brady Quinn, that was right in front of me. I mean, I wasn't right down by the wall, but I'm just saying I got a bird's eye view of it. It happened right there. I'm like,
Nice.
holy crap, what a nice catch. And that's the thing, Matt. He's started to really become a good friend of ours. That we don't talk all the time or anything, but we've discussed personal stuff and we ask for his opinions on different things off camera, of course. Because not everything is made for the audience. But no, he is a wonderful guy, great dude.
Yeah.
And he's been on with us like 7 or 8 times, and we're going to have him back on to review the book, but Ben has to finish reading it yet.
Oh, yeah.
But let me tell you something. His book, it's really good. And I don't want to give too much away, but the thing is, you don't have to be a Notre Dame fan to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's a take that I came away with from it is it's not just about football. It's about when he tells his personal story, because everybody has a story to tell with their life.
Yeah.
And with his particular story, there is something in there, whether you get it from page 1 of the book or the very last page, there's something in there that everybody can relate to in some degree.
Nice.
And it just, I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to spoil it, but that dude's lucky to be alive.
Oh, really? I gave it to my dad for Christmas last year, so I'll get it back from him and give it a read and see what you're talking about. But yeah, he signed it. If you bought it on the link that you guys had in the show, he personalized the book. You can tell him what you wanted to. I had it made out to my dad, and he like, my dad's not an emotional guy, but he thought that was the coolest thing ever because he's a big Notre Dame fan too. We watch Notre Dame fan. He remembers Matt Shelton, and he was my dad likes those guys, the Joey Gethrals, the Matt Sheltons, the dudes like that who. Because it probably reminds him of me because I didn't have much talent either, but I love the game.
You don't have to be a talented guy to love the game. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, you don't have to be a graduate either. I would love someone who would come to a conversation in earnest and try and explain that to me, who's not just trying to troll me, because I never understood why people say, well, you didn't go to school there, why you like them. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, one thing I did say is this: if I was trying to claim that I was an alumni, then yeah, these people that say that would be 100% right.
Right, but yeah, I didn't go there. I just like the team. I love Notre Dame football. I always have. Yeah,
and I do think I do respect what the university stands for too. Like, for example, I mean, the faith aspect, I covered that already. But even though I didn't go there, I do value education.
Mm-hmm.
They have great education there. I mean, geez, the Mendoza School of Business has produced what? Like 15 CEOs of Fortune 500 companies.
That's an outstanding school.
Yeah. And so even though I didn't go there, I still respect it and I do value it.
Yeah. I mean, like college football is huge in America right now. NFL, then college, but like football is exploding. And not everybody like went to these schools, like I, I won't get too much into it. I just would like someone to try and explain that to me, maybe in terms, because I'll hear you out, like I'll hear both sides of it, but to me it doesn't make sense. And I always come back to the NFL analogy I gave. Like, how could you be a fan of any NFL team if you didn't work for the organization or play for the team? How can you, based on that logic, how can you root for it? And it's the biggest. It's like one of the biggest businesses in our country. People love the NFL right now. Like I said, it's on fire.
Well, and the thing is this too. If that's like I said, the people who say who say that stuff, and well, let me see your degree. Did you go to school there? No. Well, you can't cheer for them. Well, I know that most of them are just trying to troll and
Yeah,
screw
you're
with
probably
us,
right.
screw
Yeah.
with us and make us feel insecure or make us feel stupid.
I feel stupid already.
Or make
Good
us
luck trying to hurt me.
or try to make us jealous of them. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not jealous
maybe.
of you. I don't want to be an asshole. But the people who are serious, and this damn fly, if there are people who are serious about that think it's just a country club for alumni only and current students, well then, dude, you would have half empty stadiums if that was applicable
Yeah.
across all schools.
Exactly.
And also, what people don't realize too is a lot of the kids that go to school. This is just a stat. These are just facts talking. Half of them drop out.
Mm.
They don't even finish.
Yeah.
So what about them? Do they get credit because they did get in there, or how far do we want to go with this stupidity?
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably just a troll, but because I can't see the logic in it, so you're probably right.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's some who actually believe what they say too. So I mean,
Well, some people believe the Earth is flat too. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, I could say other things, but I'm not gonna go there because I don't know what you are politically, and I just don't want to ruin the good conversation that we have or that we're having right now. So
Yeah, I can tell you we probably lean the same way, but we should probably not talk politics on your podcast. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
I've done it. We've done it already.
Oh, really?
We've done it already to a certain degree. I do have my own personal account though. That's where I've been saving it for. But no, dude, to go back to what we were talking about before, yeah, I started on here 2009 as Big Sean Power 10. My reason for that name is because, well, my name's Sean. I'm a big guy, and at that point in time, YouTube only gave you 10 minutes.
Oh,
if you weren't a partner, you had a 10-minute limit.
Oh, okay.
And so then, of course, YouTube naturally evolved over time, and I'm like, I don't like this screen name anymore. I want to make it more ND. So that's when I became ND Sean 45, Rudy's number.
Yeah.
ND Notre Dame, my name. And eventually got to the point where, I met Ben back in, I want to say 2014. He was a viewer, just like you are now. And we became good friends. And 2020, this is before COVID became official, but
oh gosh,
he asked if I wanted to join forces. I'm like, I thought about it, and I'm like, you know something? I've been doing these videos by myself all these years. It'd be awesome to have a co-host.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Let's freaking do it. And I used to get a lot of flack too back in the day because I would do some of the previews and stuff in my car and whatnot. Well, sometimes you got to go with convenience.
Yeah, we got lives to live. Full-time jobs, and like this Notre Dame stuff. As much as we love it, it's on the side of our real life.
Well, and also the particular time that I was doing a lot of that, I had both a desktop and a laptop. Both of them went to shit. So I had no choice but to record on my phone.
Yeah.
I had no choice because I had nothing else.
People really get on your case about that? I mean, everybody does that.
Oh, the worst time in my life was my first year doing YouTube. I pissed off a bunch of Michigan State fans.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. I hate them with a passion, probably more than you. No question. I hate Michigan State.
Yeah.
I was at three games at Notre Dame where they beat us, including the flag planting game.
Oh man! So were you in the stadium? Did you see that happen?
I did see that happen.
Oh geez.
And but to we kind of got the last laugh there because those dumbasses couldn't even get it to the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
And
Well, that was probably the start of the whole flag planting. I don't remember ever seeing that before. Do you remember seeing that before that game?
I'm sure
When
it's
Baker Mayfield went out and did it, and then you started to see it more and more. And now I don't think they let you do it anymore. But yeah, and they put that on the cover of Blue and Gold magazine. They put Michigan State planting the flag on the cover of that magazine that I used to just subscribe to it when I was younger. But I was like, I can't believe they put that on there. Like, this is your magazine. Why are you putting that on there?
They'll piss off the fans.
Yeah, well,
They should be pissed off. But yeah, no, it's just all three of those games. A lot of their fans. I mean, people think we're arrogant, that we're an arrogant fan base. They are some of the worst.
yeah, I've never really seen that though at Notre Dame Stadium. I mean, I'm sure it happens because it happens everywhere. I'm a Philly fan, and they're the absolute worst fans in the world. But Notre Dame Stadium is always very lukewarm, like very respectful. That's the knock on us, actually. Like what some people take pride in is we respect the opposing fans. Some people will say like your stadium's easy to play in, like you're quiet. You guys are not.
There is, I hate
You're
to say
you're
it,
low key in there.
there is a little bit of truth to that. I hate to say
Yeah.
it.
So we've been told to sit down before, and everyone says that that's happened to that's happened to us before by these. I assume they're alumni because they're older people, and they wouldn't stand the whole time, and they wouldn't cheer. And I drive 10 hours to get to the stadium, so I'm going to stand the whole time if I want. But it is one of the more quiet stadiums, and
Yeah.
it seems like they're starting to trend in the right direction with engaging the fans and getting the jumbotron and the sound system. But like 10, 15 years ago, it was very quiet, very easy to play there.
When I tell people, people told me to sit down, I said, sir or ma'am, this is not a golf tournament. This is a football game. You need to get up and make noise. And oh boy, when my buddy Jerry from Ireland, I don't know if you remember seeing him at all.
On the show?
Yeah.
I maybe.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Well, he grew up, he's a native Irishman, grew up watching Notre Dame football over there in Ireland, loves it, met him in person. Him and I have been friends pretty much since the same year I started YouTube. He came to his first, well, not his first game. God. Oh, no, it was the South Florida game in 2011 where there was a hurricane pretty much and lightning and shit.
Yeah, like the 6-hour game or whatever it was.
Yeah. He was told to sit down by somebody there.
I can't stand.
You don't say that to an Irishman. You don't say it. He goes, I was going to say what he said. He's like, oh, bollocks. What the fuck you talking about, lady? We're here to win a game. We need to make some noise. You've never been to a soccer match over in Europe. They require us to make noise.
Yeah.
So make the noise for this team. Get up. Let's go Irish.
Yeah.
It was great. But that's the problem. There's too much of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
If you want to sit down, fine. But we need as many people making noise in there as possible. We don't want the opposing team saying, "Oh, it's great to come play there." No, they shouldn't want to come play there.
Yeah. Well, they say people that were at that Florida State game in '93 say that was loud, but that's the exception to the rule in my experience. I only go to one game a year, but it seems to be that way. I was at the USC game in Notre Dame Stadium a few years ago when Caleb Williams was the quarterback, and that was really loud. But I've been to a lot of games that weren't loud. I've been to a lot of quiet games.
Wait, that was in the 2023 game?
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, me too. Awesome. It was so much fun. That was my second night game, and it was great.
I was there in 2023. I was in the south end zone, right in front of the jumbotron.
Yeah, I was southeast, so I would have been to your right.
Yeah. Gosh, do I dare talk about a personal experience of my life that doesn't involve football?
What are you hinting at, Sean?
So I had a date with me there that night.
Oh, at the USC game?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
cool.
It kind of brings back unfortunately, some bad memories because, she ended up calling it off the next time we met.
They don't all work out, man. At least Notre Dame won.
Yeah, because it's like every time I see highlights from that game, and I see the Jadarian Price touchdown
Yeah.
return, I'm like, that was so awesome. That was so awesome. And I'm like, oh yeah, I was there too. But you know what? It worked out for the best because the Lord sends you messages when you least expect it. Because when I think
Amen.
about it, this girl, she wasn't like a bad person, but she was, just to give you the long and the short of it, way too shy, not personable with anybody at all. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with homeschooling, but I don't think her parents did it the right way. Way too sheltered.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So
It didn't work out, huh?
So
well, it's too bad because that was a great game. I mean, I'll watch that game when I'm bored or whatever, and I love watching Caleb Williams lose to Notre Dame because I hate USC and I love Notre Dame.
Well, I have to like him now because I'm also a Bears fan.
Yeah, they're starting to come on, man. What you think?
They're already a game better than they were a year ago.
That's crazy.
See, here's the thing. I'm making the comparison between the Bears and Notre Dame right now, not because they're in the Midwest or anything like that, but Marcus Freeman is a more youthful coach. He's the same age as us.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, he's the same age as us. And it's kind of the same with Ben Johnson for the Bears. I don't know how old he is, but he's also a younger guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the same thing that I'm noticing is he's bringing that youthful energy to these guys, and he's able to relate to them just like Marcus Freeman does.
Nice.
So that's what I'm noticing too. But I mean, really, without trying to sound biased here, they're a few pieces away.
Yeah.
I mean, Caleb, he just has to really start getting comfortable in the pocket. That's his only flaw. But I like the fact that he can scramble.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. And it's at this point, I don't care about style points. Just get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
But they're doing well. I mean, you can definitely tell the secondaries and like that since the game against Cincinnati. You can tell the secondaries thin.
Yeah.
I mean, when you let a 41-year-old Joe Flacco torch you, there's problems.
Yeah. I watched the second game. I think it was his second game. Man, he was on fire. He was just I was saying like, what, this should be their franchise guy. Like he's playing incredible. I haven't watched him anymore after that. I just get busy on Sundays. I'll carve out time to watch the Eagles game, and then I'll go about my thing. But I did watch that Bengals game, and he was amazing.
Yes, got to give it to him. I got to give it to Flacco too, or is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm not talking about Joe Flacco. Yeah,
Flacco
he played so well.
Yeah, he was doing it right. He was getting it done. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised because I mean we were without our two starting corners, Caleb Williams, Jalen Johnson, and Kyler Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember if Jaquan Brisker was playing that game or not. So, but the bottom line is Flacco knew where to attack.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. But yeah, they're just a few pieces away from being a Super Bowl contending team, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know I'm kind of all over the place here, but yeah, dude, I mean, going back to, the origins of this show and whatnot, Ben and I joined forces and, it's worked out pretty well. I
like what you guys are doing. You guys put on a good show.
And we try to. And I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. There are some times where it gets frustrating because, just the numbers don't lie, man. Our video views have kind of sucked aside from the shorts.
Yeah, but I mean, why are you doing it?
Because we love doing it.
Yeah, keep doing it. Absolutely.
It's just like
I can't see. Is anyone watching us right now?
No. There was.
I'm having fun talking to you, so I don't. It's all good.
Well, you technically are a viewer, but
okay.
It doesn't count that you're on here with me.
Oh, I got you.
But it was there's a little eyeball icon here,
mm-hmm.
and it kept going back and forth between 0 and 1.
Well, someone comes in. Let's get them on. Let's talk some Notre Dame football.
Yeah, But you're right. It's the same thing with the game, with playing the game itself. We do this because we love doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I can tell.
It does get frustrating though, because we have like, I think we're at 1,320 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that we only get 20 views for a video?
I don't know. Algorithm, maybe. I
Yeah,
always default to that. It's that pesky algorithm. I don't know. Some of your videos sometimes you'll post a video and I won't even see a notification just because I'm busy for like until your next video comes out, and then I'll go back. I'm like, oh, I missed this one. Then I'll go back and watch. So I don't know how it works. Sometimes people are just busy. I mean, it's Friday night. People are probably doing other things right now.
yeah, I know. I'd be like, hey, Sean, why aren't you on a date right now?
Yeah, come on, man.
Give me a break. I'm trying.
You just keep doing you. Keep living your life. You'll find good things.
I know. I'm all about that, dude. Like I said, I'm comfortable in my own skin, no matter what the haters say. I mean, of course, I'll always try to find ways to improve myself. Absolutely. But I love what I do in my life. I love doing this. I love the sport of football. And you know, there's people out there that have it a lot worse. I mean, if this is bad, then my God, give me this any day of the week.
This ain't bad. We live in the greatest country in the world, and we get to watch football every Saturday. What more could you ask for?
Yeah. But a really cool story about this, what makes doing this real special, you know, when Ben and I met in person for the first time, when he lives downstate.
Okay.
And the first time we met in person was his wedding.
Oh, really?
He asked me before he even met me in person, because I mean, we would FaceTime and talk all the time.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
But when we met for the first time, it was at his house downstate where he lives, and he asked me to be a groomsman in his wedding.
That's cool.
That was the first weekend we met in person. So can you think of anything more special than that?
See, people forget how great this game is. It's more than football. Like, you met a great friend through Notre Dame, and now you're in his wedding. And like I said before, the school stands for more than just football. The school stands for something that I believe in. They build strong men and women. They're churning out the leaders of our country, and I mean, they hold themselves accountable too. Remember, I think it was the 2012 year when Everett Golson was doing some academic dishonesty or whatever. They self-reported, and they got hammered for it. Like I mean, they knew what was on the line. They lost all those wins, but they did. I mean, that was the right thing to do, and I respect that they did that.
I think they'll get him back eventually, if you don't mind.
You think so? I could see that. I mean, like,
because
I don't know the details, but I know they lost a bunch of wins, and because they used to battle for Michigan with most all time, and then that happened, and they went way below.
From what I remember, it was a rogue tutor that was basically saying that she wrote all their papers for them and stuff like that.
Sorry, go ahead.
When really all it was this. You remember high school, right?
Yeah.
You write paper. You know how you would always write a rough draft first, and then whatever you did wrong, the teacher would correct it?
Yeah.
That's essentially what they were punished for.
That's dumb.
And the tutor tried to say that she was writing their papers for them, when all she was really doing was essentially what our high school English teacher would do in checking our rough draft.
So this girl was a Notre Dame student?
I
Or
think
she was a tutor, and why would she?
She was either a student tutor or a tutor that worked for the university. I'm not.
So you seem to have some info on this. Why would she say those things?
Well, I don't have inside info or anything.
Okay. I don't know much about it. All I know is they self-reported that, and then here comes the NCAA, and they slammed them for it. So, like, what's the incentive to ever self-report again? I mean, I have confidence Notre Dame would do the right thing, and they would do it all over again. But, like, what message are you sending to other schools that see that and they're like, maybe we should try and sweep this under the rug because we're gonna get hammered either way. We might as well try and hide it.
Well, all I know is it was really stupid. It was, in my opinion, fairly petty. Yeah. I mean, you got issues with a tutor writing papers or whatever, but yet North Carolina, they have classes that don't even exist.
Yeah.
Nobody care about that.
It's not even the same. It's apples and oranges. It's crazy. And but that's what I like about the school. I mean, that like you said, you met a great friend through Notre Dame football, and I'm sure 1,000 other people have that same story. And
Dude,
the
do you
school
think
makes great men and women.
if I and it's not just Notre Dame, but if I had never ventured on here back in 2009, there would be a lot of people that I wouldn't have in my life right now. I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I think
mean,
that could be good or bad.
there's several people that I've met that have just been phenomenal people. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously Ben, my buddy Jerry from Ireland.
Yeah.
So I've taken this internationally.
And then not to mention the players you get to talk to. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the players, when they find out who my uncle was and they remember him fondly, it's like they can relate to me almost instantly because they remember him and there's that almost sort of instant bond.
Yeah.
But other people like our friend Ryan from Week Zero Productions, Ryan Fravel, who's been on before. Our other good friends, George Bashura and Lisa Kelly, no relation to Brian.
Yeah, I know Lisa. I don't know Lisa. I know who she is. I
Yeah.
read her stuff. Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, she just a absolute sweetheart heart of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Yeah.
all these people that I met, even people on here who I've never, I'm talking to you face to face, but even all the other people on here that show up. Geez, we had a guy on a live stream many months ago do a White Castle slider challenge for us. So it's just like I wouldn't have any of this if I didn't start doing YouTube talking Notre Dame.
Yep.
And Matt Shelton, met him in person last year at the senior day against Virginia.
Oh, cool.
He was doing a book signing. He personally signed my copy right in front of me.
That's awesome.
And he's like, "What would you like me to write, Sean?" And I said, "Matt, listen, we've already had you on the show like 4 times. We've developed a good bond. Just, I want you to write something from your heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I want it. Don't have me tell you. You write something from your heart." And he did. And I don't have the book with me because, ironically, my father has it too, like your father has your copy.
Yeah.
But it's like stuff like that's just so special.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually had, believe it or not, I've had people recognize me being up there.
I do believe it. Yeah, I'd recognize you from the show.
I couldn't believe it. But there were these 2 guys in kilts. I was when I was talking with Matt, when he was doing his book signing, there were these 2 guys in kilts that approached us. I forget what their names were, but they said, "Hey, aren't you that Indy Sean 45 dude?"
Yeah.
Awesome. I jokingly said, "That depends who's asking."
Yeah. I'll send you a picture. Me and my dad wear kilts to the games. We go once a year.
Wait, you weren't one of them, were you?
No, I would. It wasn't. Okay. But we wear kilts to the games.
I got one hanging up.
My
buddy Jerry gave me one as a gift.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't go commando though.
Me either. That's too much.
Yeah.
No, I went to the College World Series in Omaha last time the Notre Dame baseball team made it there, and we wore our kilts there. And the Texas fans before the game were talking mad crap. They're
nice.
just the dirtiest stuff you can imagine, making fun of us in our kilts. So guess who won that game? Notre Dame got that win, and I got to see it. It was great.
I would have been like, "Are you just mad that I'm not going commando so you can sneak a peek?"
Yeah, well, my dad has a lot of fun with that one. He does go commando to these games. He'd be embarrassed. Actually, he's not embarrassed. I would be embarrassed to do it. He's a crazy person.
Free balling now.
Yeah, that's my old man. How many games do you go to a year?
1 at the minimum.
Yeah, same.
I like to go to several, but it's just not always in the cards, because
it's expensive for us blue collar guys who didn't go to that school. It's a trek for me too. It's a 10-hour drive.
I'm not allowed to go anyway. I don't have the degree, damn it.
Yeah, if I've only had a degree, I could go and watch football and scream. Like you and I, we're the fans they want in that stadium because we are the loud, screaming, supportive fans. If there were 80,000 Sean and Tanners in there, it would be Autzen Stadium times 10. It would be crazy. It'd be ruckus like you used to say in your videos.
Oh, damn right, dude. But also another thing too is, and the fans have gotten better at this, but they got to stop selling their tickets to big games. I understand money's money, but come on, you got to support your team.
Yeah, I remember that Nebraska game from 2000. That's what happened, and that was so embarrassing. And they still almost won that game.
Yeah, yeah, because Julius Jones had the kickoff return, Joey Getherall had the punt return that tied it, and I think
Yeah.
the first score that we had was this is a name from the past, but one of the coolest names ever, Arnez Battle.
Yeah, that's my all-time. That's my guy.
Man, that just one of the coolest names I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Then he went on and had a pro career with the 49ers for a long time. He played wide receiver in the league, and he's just a stud, just an athlete.
Yeah, he was. I remember that he made a nice little career out of himself as a receiver.
Yeah.
And then I always wondered this for the longest time with that game because
He got hurt.
Well, and that's just it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think I know where you're going with this, and I don't mean to interrupt you and be disrespectful. I'm just really excited about what you're about to say. I think if Arnaz Battle doesn't get hurt, they win that game.
I was not necessarily that.
Okay, what were we gonna say?
I was going to say because I remember I was 14 years old watching that game, and Notre Dame had the ball at like their own 40 with a minute 2 left and 2 timeouts, and they kneel on the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah, you got to play. Nebraska was number 1. You got to play to win that game.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell are they doing? And I went on to talk about that for years, even before I started doing YouTube. But all throughout high school and the few years after when I was out, I was still talking about that. I would always say that. Why did they kneel on the ball? 2 timeouts and just over a minute. You're not that far away from field goal range. Yeah. But then come to find out from oh God, who was I talking to about it? Who was I talking to? Was
it someone associated with the team?
I think it was a player.
And was it because Arnaz was hurt?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't know. That's what I forget who said it, but yeah, they said Arnaz had screwed up his wrist.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was in the stadium. I had no idea either. I think Lavecchio came in and played a little bit, or I can't really remember. It's hazy.
Not that game.
No, not that one. So no. Battle played the whole game?
Yeah, Battle played the whole game.
But he had a messed up wrist.
I'm pretty sure it was a wrist injury.
Yeah, it was because he got knocked down, and as he's going to the ground, falling on his butt, he put his hands out behind him to try and catch himself.
Yeah,
and messed his wrist up.
Well, and then I remember the week after that, I can't remember who they started at quarterback the next week. I think it might have been or no, never mind. I'm getting them mixed up. Yeah, so we were 1-1 at this point, and then the very next week was Purdue, and they started tight end Gary Godsey.
Yeah, I got a funny story about Gary Godsey. It's actually not about him, but I met Mike Goolsby. You know what I'm talking about?
We've had him on the show.
Yeah, he's funny. So he lives in Omaha, Nebraska, and I live 2 hours away. So when I went down to the College World Series to watch Notre Dame play, like I was just telling you, Mike's walking around outside the stadium. I'm like, I apologize if I'm being rude, but are you Mike Goolsby? He's like, yeah. How did you know who I was? I was like, I watch you on that Notre Dame podcast you do. In fact, I watched it with my dad on the way down here. So we get to talking. Super, super engaging, man. Nice guy. And we started talking about Gary Godsey, and he goes, Mike Goolsby says, "Oh, Gary Godsey, not a single athletic bone in his entire body." He said about Gary Godsey. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, that dude was hilarious, but he is not athletic at all." I was like, "That's crazy. That's so funny you said that."
Well, let's see. We had Mike on for a show a while back, and we didn't. I don't remember asking him about Gary Godsey, but yeah, he's definitely a funny dude, and boy, he did not hold back on Ty Willingham.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff you would never know unless you talk to a player. But the way Mike talks about Willingham is just so interesting to me because we get to see what's on TV, and maybe an anecdote here or there, but then you talk to a player who was there and like, yeah, this guy wanted to be my dad. This guy loved playing golf. He didn't want to recruit.
Oh, you saw it.
Nobody. Yeah. 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 It was great.
You want to hear a funny story about that? Two awesome stories, actually. So when we have somebody on, what we'll do is we'll release the interview as a whole, but we'll also take snippets of it that we think are really good, and we'll put it out as shorter, not necessarily shorts, but shorter videos, kind of like what movies do with having a trailer.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Because we feel like if we take the snippet, put it out there, like, hey guys, come watch the whole interview, you might like it. Well, with that clip of Mike talking about Willingham, this was pretty cool. And I just hope that stuff like this doesn't piss these guys off or anything, because the last thing I would ever want to do is piss anybody off.
Mm-hmm.
Mike was awesome. But that one segment alone that we posted, when we posted that separately, got, I think, like about 10,000 views or so, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
It got us a story in Irish Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep, that's where I saw it, and then I went back and listened to the interview, which was great, by the way. I mean, he's easy to listen to, and you guys did a great job talking to him. But I forget how that came about. But that Willingham story about just the way he was great.
Mike had actually contacted us because he saw that we were a podcast.
Oh, he reached out to you.
Yes. I mean,
that's cool.
I'm not trying to act like high and mighty, but just
I know you're not, but that's pretty cool of him to do.
Well, see, because we're like, we're not colleagues, but we tend to keep in touch with all the other Notre Dame YouTubers on here, like Dose Leprechauns, which Ben actually used to he used to work for them, do some stuff for them.
That's a father and son team.
Yeah,
I've seen those. I've seen their videos.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And then the other one that a lot of people know, which I think he's taken over pretty much as number one, is Always Irish.
Yeah, John. John. It's good to get on here and yell about football.
I told him this one time, and I said, dude, has anyone ever told you that sometimes you sound like the comedian Bill Burr?
Oh, yeah. I love Bill Burr. I like John too.
I don't know if he liked that too much, but I'm pretty sure he had a good laugh at it.
That's high praise. Bill's hilarious.
But that's who Mike does work with is John from Always Irish. And if he does if he does another podcast, I'm not sure. But no, he's Mike saw that Ben and I were a podcast. He and what he wanted to do is he wanted to promote their plug their what was it? I think a Patreon or something.
Yeah, he does a Patreon with Jared Clark.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, he wanted to plug their Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. But no, so he came on and had a great interview with him. We're not exactly professional journalists here, but we do the best we can. It's been fun with all the guys that we've had on. I mean, we've had, of course, we've had Mike. We've had Reggie Ho, who was the kicker of the 88.
Yeah, Reggie.
Irv Smith. He was the first the first interview we ever had.
Yeah.
He was one of our earliest supporters when we first started this channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him over in Ireland. He is a great dude.
Yeah. That's cool.
Reggie Brooks took the time to come on with us, and we had to do his twice because I was having like the recording comes from my side of things. Yeah. And I was having some sound issues with my system, with my old computer. So we had to come back and do the interview again.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for his patience. And let's see, who else have we had on? Of course, Matt, numerous times, Matt Schell. And then there's not many people talk about him, but Cliff Johnson.
I don't know Cliff Johnson.
I'm sorry, Clint Johnson. Clint Johnson.
Was he a player?
Yeah, he was a player. He was a part of the 93 team.
Oh, cool.
For a few years.
Yeah, I was a little kid.
Yeah, me too. We were only 7 in 93.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So that clip with Goolsby, yeah, that it got the attention of. I'm pretty
Yeah, it
sure.
was on the internet. Yeah, it was on the Sports Illustrated thing.
I'm
Like
pretty
Mike Goolsby talks about Willingham or something like that. I got to see what we got to say about it.
And I'm pretty sure that's a part of USA Today. Isn't that
Oh,
right?
I think you're right. Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, Ben, we were a part of USA Today on the Notre Dame part of things,
Yeah.
and that was so awesome because it's like it was like a little taste of I don't know if you'd say success, but just some little recognition. It was great.
Yeah.
Right, but the only thing we felt bad about is I just hope that didn't turn Mike off in any way. Like, well, hey, what are these guys doing taking just that clip? And I'm like, no, and I don't think he does feel that way, but we kind of almost felt bad, like maybe he did.
No. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the guy, but I mean, he wouldn't have said it on the podcast, right? If he didn't want anyone to hear about it.
Yeah, because I mean, no, because when we posted that part separately, all it was just like posting a movie trailer. Like, hey guys, come watch the whole interview. The whole thing is great. And
It was. That was the best part, though.
Yes, it was great. It was great what he had to say. But also another thing with Mike is he's an Illinois guy just like me, and he played for Joliet Catholic,
Yeah.
Catholic High School where Rudy
Rudy.
went. Mike Allstott, he went
Mhm.
there. I went. The town that I grew up in was called Geneseo.
Mm-hmm.
Is called Geneseo, Illinois. We're known for our football program too. And funny thing is, and I'll even bring this up on the screen. I still have it on here. But I was in 8th grade when this happened. But we played that Joliet Catholic team. That Joliet Catholic team knocked us out of the playoffs. Mike was on that team.
Oh, yeah. I think you talked to him about that. That sounds familiar.
I brought up this picture.
Is that you?
Me?
Is that you on the ground?
No, I was in 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
This is Mike.
Dude, he's a monster.
This was Mike standing over our ball carrier who he just knocked out, or just laid out, I should say. I don't think he knocked him out, but I remember I brought this up and I said, hey, Mike, could you explain what's going on in this picture? I know you're not trying to taunt the guy, but it's just the picture being taken at the right time. He goes, well, he said something like, I was just trying to make a play, and I think I hurt that kid. Like, really?
I'm sure Mike's hurt a lot of kids playing football. He's a monster back then.
But yeah, no, as you can see, my high school alma mater, we strongly at that time. I mean, we've changed uniforms.
Yeah, they look like the Packers.
I'd say we looked like the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. The
Geneseo Maple Leafs.
Yeah, they got that Green Bay G on the helmet, huh?
Mm-hmm. And this was my 8th grade year, and Mike Goolsby was a part of that Joliet Catholic team that knocked us out this was in the semifinals, actually.
Nice.
So some Illinois connections all around. But what's even cooler about that is Matt in his book, he actually references us. He referenced that we're actually in his book.
Oh yeah.
We're in the references section in the back. But it says Sean Moriarty and Ben Wolters of the Two Irish Brothers show, because he used that when he in his book he talks about Willingham, and he used what Mike quoted on our show, on our interview. So yeah, we technically are in Matt's book, and I said,
that's pretty cool.
That is awesome of you to do that. And he says, well, you guys are a source.
Nice.
It's like, man, if that's all we ever got out of this channel, as far as
that's not
game go.
Yeah, you guys are doing good stuff, but I know what you're saying. It'll be worth it, right?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to have a nice following and be able to do this for a living, but it's hard enough to do it as it is.
Yeah,
there's a lot of competition out there, and we're always working at what could we do to stand out.
Yeah, I know. I think John from Always Irish he's a writer. Like, he's writing articles. Like, that is his job.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like the guys over at Blue and Gold, or not Blue and Gold, the guys over at Irish Breakdown, they're actually like on campus. They're there. They're talking to sources, like, so they're in it.
Well,
It's hard to do it part time and get that to that level.
well, and that's who I'm talking about. Is I'm not, not, this is not a disrespect towards them, but I'm talking strictly like those of us who are just regular YouTubers. Now, yeah,
Yeah.
John, I still consider him that, but yes, you're right. He does write articles. I think his job is for USA Today. I think.
Yeah, and you can subscribe to his Patreon too for like more content. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see how it would be hard to get on that level without
It's just, and listen,
diving all in there.
I'm not expressing jealousy or anything of the sort.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not getting that from you.
Yeah, because I mean, he hit a home run, man. I'm happy for him. But that's true though. The work that he does, aside from doing his show,
Yeah,
he has the time to do that. Myself and Ben, we don't. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
There was a point in time where I was working nights, Ben was working days, and we could only do filming on the weekends.
Yeah,
But thankfully now the jobs that we work, I work in a shop and he works for a school district.
hmm
Now we're on the same schedule. We can do more stuff.
yeah.
But it's a grind too, because he also is married and has a kid.
Oh yeah, that definitely makes things more difficult. That's
So, yeah.
it'd be family, then work, and then whatever time is left over would
Yeah.
be for
And I'm about family, man. Your family comes first.
yeah, for sure.
Because there's been times where he says, "Hey, I can't film tonight, Sean." I'm like, and he feels so bad about it. I'm like, dude, that's your family, dude. Don't feel bad. They take the highest priority in your life.
hmm
So don't we can always listen. If we got a 15-minute preview that we're doing, yeah, we can save that and do it tomorrow night.
hmm
But at the same time, I appreciate that. Hey, he cares, man. I mean, I do appreciate that he, if you feel that bad about missing something that'll take us 15 minutes to do, that tells you what kind of person he is. That's
Yeah.
what I'm getting at.
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean,
What did you think about what that last guy said about they're gonna shut down Notre Dame's run game tomorrow? Have you looked at this Pitt defense?
I haven't seen Pitt play this year.
Yeah, same.
I just go, I look at the numbers, I look at what their strengths are, and I just make my best educated guess,
Yeah, for sure.
When I look at their opponents, I mean, I'm not going to say they haven't played some good teams. They have, but they haven't seen Julian Love and Jadarian Price.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. Like I said, I'm confident. I think Notre Dame's gonna bring it. Like put it all together. I think Freeman's got them playing hard, and I think it could be a big game for Notre Dame.
I hope so. I mean, now I went solo for our preview this week because Ben has some sinus infection going on. So he said his voice was like, he's like, Sean, I couldn't do it because my voice would have sounded like a 50-year-old smoker. or I mean, a person who's been smoking for 50 years. I'm like,
Yeah.
just go ahead and go solo. I'm like, okay, but do you at least have a score prediction? He's like, yeah. So I said we win 31-21. He said 35-20. Now, of course, I want it more than that, but I can't definitively say that because maybe this isn't a fair comparison, but I thought we were going to beat Boston College by 35.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. I don't know. That's so weird how that can happen.
And Pittsburgh's better than BC.
Oh yeah, by a lot.
So this is where it gets tricky. Like I never claim to be an expert. I just do the best that I can when I make these predictions. And I know every preview probably sounds the same, but this is just the fact of the game. It all starts in the trenches.
Yeah.
If our O-line can stop their defensive line and really open up the holes, then yeah, it could be very well be a big day for us. But the thing is, if their defensive line is as strong as what it's made out to be, then I could see them, winning their fair share of battles tomorrow.
Yeah, I keep waiting for this O-line though to like put it all together. It seems like Jeremiah Love masks a lot of their weaknesses.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. But at the same time, though, a lot of these guys are so young too, and
Yeah, that's true.
even they're performing ahead of the game. And I think about this. What if Jagasaw was in there right now?
I know. And same last year. That guy, he just got bad luck.
Well, it's just I hate this time around. I hate to say it, but he did it to himself. But accidents do happen.
Yeah, was that ATV accident?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
And it's like, come on, dude. You tore your ACL last year. Now you're out again. And he's good. He's actually a local product from here in the Quad Cities.
Oh, nice.
He went to Rock Island Alleman, which is a private school here.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's like you want to see the local boys succeed.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well,
oh,
hopefully next year. It seems like he's got a load of talent. I mean, it's hard to tell. There's such a small sample size for him, but he sure seems like a monster.
Oh, he is. I never saw him play in person or anything, but even the offensive line is showing the kind of depth that they have. I mean, you have some guys in there that are raw, but they're getting the job done.
Yeah. It's hard to argue with the results. The rushing game has been fantastic. I'm just like, when I'm actually watching the games, it seems like they don't move people the way that he stands lines used to move people.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. But I will say Joe Rudolph, he's been doing good for what he is. But you're right, he's no he stand. But also another thing too, and my brother actually showed this to me, and we actually sat down and watched a few games myself. They are opening the holes, and these long runs that J Love has had every game.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back and look at past games, he could easily have two more runs like that in the same game. He just made the wrong cut.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Because you go back and you look, and there's some man, if he just cut this way, he's long gone.
Yeah.
He'd probably have like a 200-yard game. But at the same time, though, you can't really say much about that because a running back and the quarterback handoff, it happens so quick.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see it every time.
It's so much of it is instinct, and like you play for so long, you expect the hole, and then there's hitting the hole that's not even open yet, and then there's little crease of daylight, and you hit that hole, and yeah, you can miss it very easily. It, like you said, it happens so fast.
Well, and listen, Walter Payton, I'm sure, has missed plenty of wide open holes to run through. Emmitt Smith, I know, has missed some. So even the greats have had it happen. But man, for what he has done without hitting those other opportunities, just phenomenal, man.
Yeah, he is incredible. I love watching him play.
And I wish he would come back next year.
What do you think's gonna happen?
He's gonna go pro.
Yeah. Well, I wish he would come back too, but we'll still be in good shape.
Yeah, because you got Aeneas Williams. That little fuck is fast.
Yeah. They got all kinds of guys in that room. It's insane how hopefully they don't all leave because of this NIL nonsense, but
right.
If they come back, we're gonna be strong again.
No, I know it's gonna be Price leading the way next year, Williams behind him. Maybe we see that Kedron Young get some touches.
Yeah.
So I've heard some good things about that kid too.
Yeah. It sounds like they're loaded.
I mean, Notre Dame was always called tight end U, but now it's becoming running back U as well.
Yeah, man. they haven't really got the ball to the tight end as much this year. They're throwing it out to Will Pauling all the time.
You know what the difference is with that? And I was actually going to say this earlier, and this is nothing against him because I love Riley Leonard. He was great. But that's what's different. What's the difference there is we've got a quarterback in CJ Carr who can sling the ball downfield more than 35 yards. He can actually throw deep passes. So because what you see Riley doing a lot on the passes, tight ends, short routes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but Riley's good. Don't get me wrong, but he just didn't have the same kind of arm that CJ does.
Yeah, he's a different kind of quarterback for sure.
Yeah, there's a reason that he had 16 rushing touchdowns or whatever it was last year.
Yeah, it seemed like he took the team as far as they would go with a quarterback like him. They get to that championship game, and it's just like that Ohio State defense is too much for a Riley Leonard style quarterback like that, a runner who can. But CJ, like you get a CJ Carr in there who can he throws with such good anticipation. He knows where his guys are going to be, and he's so young. I mean, he's only going to get better, but he's not afraid to throw those deep ones, and he'll give them a chance, and he'll put it out there, and that's very exciting.
Yeah, and that's why you're seeing less of the tight ends is because he's actually the quarterback. We have a quarterback that can get the wide receivers involved.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference right there, and I mean we're getting ourselves set for some long-term success. I just hope Coach Freeman sticks around.
I do too.
I've heard. I don't know if you've seen the rumors or the articles, but
there's always rumors. Yeah, I just never know where they come from. True. I never know where they're coming from, but yeah, I mean, it sure seems like he could write his own ticket and go wherever he wants because everyone wants to hate on Notre Dame, but the same people want to say, you know who could fix our program right now? Marcus Freeman. Like, make it make sense. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah,
that's why I say, like, I believe in this guy. Everyone wants him for some reason, but everyone wants to hate on him. And I think Ryan Day winning that national championship was like the best thing that could have happened because they're not going to fire a national championship winning coach, and that's where he played. So that'd be the one place I'd be worried to lose him to would be Ohio State. But they're not going to get rid of Ryan Day now.
No.
Yeah, so I mean, why would you leave Notre Dame? He's got it made. They love him there. I've seen him on camp. I got my picture taken with him, and people love him there. He's a rock star on that campus.
Oh yeah, he has that thing about him that he has that charisma too.
Yeah, he does.
And I mean, of course, he's really had to learn since he's been there. I mean, the first year it was technically a disaster.
Yeah, first time head coach though. Who gets Notre Dame as your first head coaching job? Like,
because you look at all the coaches we've had; they've all had stints elsewhere.
Yeah,
like, let's go back to. I mean, Newt Rockney's first head coaching gig was Notre Dame, but football was a completely different game back then.
It's hardly even the same thing anymore.
But I think
I guess Davey was.
Well, Leahy was an assistant.
I'll have to.
I don't remember all of them, but I'll go with the big ones. So Ara Parsegian, he was I don't know if this was his first gig, but he came to us from Northwestern. And then Dan Devine, I don't know if he had any college stops along the way, but he came from the Green Bay Packers. And this is Jerry Faust, I'm sure, was a nice guy, but you know where Notre Dame screwed up with him?
Wasn't he a high school coach? Yeah, he didn't.
I forget the name of this. It was a high school somewhere in Ohio. I forget the name of it. It's a very prestigious private Catholic school. The mistake they made with him is they should have brought him up as an assistant.
Yep.
But they brought him up directly to be a head coach from high school. And I think that's what did him in.
Yeah. It's hard to learn on the fly at Notre Dame. And Marcus Freeman is the prime example. I mean, he's having success now, but I mean, he took his lumps as well. He learned some hard lessons the hard way.
Well, and also what's helping Marcus is he coached college ball previously, obviously before taking over as head coach.
Very successfully too.
Yes.
He earned that job. But yeah, first head coaching job at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where they messed up with Fost, is because not a good idea to bring a guy to be a head coach straight out of high school.
Yeah, whole different game.
You got to get him time as an assistant. And I think and maybe the same result happened. I don't know. But I do think had he become an assistant with Notre Dame, then became a head coach, I think he definitely would have done better than what he did.
Yeah.
But same with Lou Holtz even. Let's keep going right down the line. He had stops at William and Mary, Minnesota. Well, actually, no, I take it back. William and Mary, then Arkansas, then Minnesota. That's
I love Lou.
Yeah, Lou. Oh, he's great, man.
Gosh.
My uncle loved working with him, but he said, man, Lou could be a prick sometimes.
Well, you hear the stories about how he'd tear the team down and make them feel this big, but he had a goal in mind. He'd tear them down so he could build them back up so they're ready to play. He's just a mastermind, a great coach, like our last great coach. We'll see if it works out with Freeman. I'm hopeful it will, but like I love Lou. Without, I mean, think about it. If we never had Lou, oof.
Yeah, it just he changed so many things with Notre Dame.
Yeah, and he won in spite of Notre Dame.
Yeah,
they weren't supporting him the way they're supporting Marcus Freeman right now, and he still got it done. That's amazing what he was able to do.
Well, and here's the thing. I know you're going to hate me lumping these three in, but Lou Holtz, Brian Kelly, and Marcus Freeman all have something in common. They all took over a Notre Dame team that had been struggling.
Yeah, and people want to hate on Brian Kelly.
Well, I take that back. I take that back. Freeman didn't take over a struggling Notre Dame team, but he took over when it was in a vulnerable position.
Yep.
So I guess you could still include that in there because I mean, think about it. Your head coach leaves for another job just in the middle of the night, and now you're taking a chance on somebody who's never had a head coaching position. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, they took a leap of faith, and I'm thinking it's going to pay off. But yeah, they could have gone. There was talk of who's the Wisconsin coach from the Ohio State guy, Fickle. Some people wanted Fickle. They could have gotten, and he's more proven and more experienced, or proven, I guess. But they ended up going with Freeman, and I'm psyched that they did that.
There were a lot of people that were also wanting that PJ Fleck as well.
Oh gosh, no.
I'll tell you a quick funny story with him. So this local head coach in the area that my older brother did some assistant coaching with, they were talking college football one day, and this coach had some recruits from another school that he coached at go to some big programs. So he would meet these head coaches from major programs all the time.
Yeah.
My brother asks him, "Did you ever encounter PJ Fleck at all?" And this coach goes, "Oh, you mean a penis with ears?" Apparently, they did not like each other. Apparently,
no. Well, he's probably the best Minnesota's gonna do. He's probably the best that they can get.
Probably.
And maybe he's real comfortable there, but just like he just comes off as this kind of gimmicky kind of he's gosh, I can't find the words, but not someone I would trust with the Notre Dame program. Like,
no.
Yeah, let him have as much success as he can at Minnesota, rowing the boat and all his little things he does, and that's great. But that's a different ballgame than Notre Dame.
Oh, absolutely. And but just to finish my point real quick, even though it wasn't the same with Freeman, because he didn't take over a team that had been struggling, but they were left in a vulnerable spot. But no, Lou, people don't realize in the 80s that team had been struggling before he took over. And as much as he's not popular, it was the same with Brian Kelly. Because before Kelly, it was 12 years of just a mess.
Yeah.
Absolute mess. And I know people hate it when I say this, but yeah, Brian Kelly's an asshole. But you can't deny that he did help us out.
All three of those coaches, they took a program and they took it to the next level.
Yes.
Lou, in a very big way, did that. Brian Kelly, to a lesser extent, but still, he had lots of success taking it to the next level. And then Freeman takes over, and I mean, my opinion, he's taken it to the next level. You might say he's not there yet, but I think I think this team and last year's team would beat a lot of those Brian Kelly teams.
That I do not disagree with you at all.
Yeah, if we're not there yet, we're really close to getting to that next level. And I think Freeman's going to do it.
Well, and you know why that is? Because Kelly was very lazy on his recruiting.
Yeah, Freeman's not that way at all.
No.
You can tell the talent is different. He's bringing in really, really talented kids.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. Freeman has something going. You're seeing the difference, and yeah, like I said, Kelly got lazy with the recruiting, and I think Freeman's teams would beat some of his teams, absolutely. But the thing is, I bring up Kelly because I always like to think that I'm a fair person, because it is what it is. The previous 10, 12 years before Kelly got there was a mess.
Yeah.
Once Kelly got things going, we were finding ourselves getting back to places we hadn't been to in years.
We were beating all the teams you're supposed to beat and struggling with the good teams, but that was more than what we were getting from the last regime. Like it was getting rough, and it seemed like it was going down. Weiss comes in and he starts off hot, and then they regress a little, and then they regress a little bit more, and then ultimately Brian comes in, and Coach Kelly, you can hate him, like you said, he may not have been the best dude, but he had some success and he stuck to his plan and he beat the teams he was supposed to beat, and then he kind of plateaued. And this is as far, and he, to his own admission, I'm going to go to LSU where I think I can win national championships. Like I've done everything I can here, and I'm out, and that's fine. We'll hire the next guy who hopefully can take the reins and take it up. And I think Freeman, like I said, if he's not there yet, he's definitely really close to getting us to that next level.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. We got to win tomorrow, though.
Yes.
But I think we will. I think we get tomorrow's win, and then I think those last two, anything can happen, but I think we win tomorrow, we win the last ones. Those should be easy wins.
Let me just put it to you this way. We're going to be highly favored in the last two.
Yeah, for sure. And if we lose those games, I'm not even mad about them not making the playoff, because if you can't beat Stanford, you shouldn't even be – you can't talk at all. Yeah,
no room to talk. But my thing is, I think we're going to win tomorrow. I'm just not sure how it's going to go. Is it going to be a tight battle, or are we going to run away with it like we have proven that we can do?
Yeah, I think they run away with it.
I want that to be the case. I want my score prediction to be wrong. I want it to be 51-21, not 31-21.
That'd be awesome.
But I don't know if you saw this clip. You know what really chapped my ass about that USC game?
What?
My prediction for that game, I don't know if you heard it. I predicted the final score was going to be 35-24. And it was 34-24. Now why? Why was it 34-24? Because our damn kicker missed an extra point.
You should have saw that coming. That's on you.
I didn't think he'd miss a damn extra point.
None of us did. And then, gosh, the kicking game's been atrocious this year.
Oh, but Ben and I have been laughing about that nonstop. I mean, I'm going off not because I'm really angry, just because it's funny as hell.
Yeah, it is funny. You should have nailed it, but he can't make a kick. That's the easiest play in football. That's why they call it the free. You guys want to get this free 1 point? We're going to go for two. Take the free one.
Now, if they put the goalpost back on the goal line, he would have made it. But like, but my brother here was giving me the same kind of shit. He's like, Sean, you got fucked on that one.
You kind of did, but what about the people who called it right based on, and all they can say is, well, thank God he missed that kick, or I wouldn't have had it right.
In all these years of previewing and recapping games, I've never gotten one right on the money. I've had two close ones.
Yeah.
USC, and then back in 2009, I said the score when our season opener against Nevada that year, I said 35-10, 35-0.
Yeah, that was Kaepernick was playing for them, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in and got destroyed.
Yeah. And I was going to finish telling you earlier, but I guess we can always save this for another day, the full conversation. But going back to Michigan State real quick, I did, I could go on all day about how cocky and arrogant they are at games.
Yeah.
I mean they're terrible, dude.
Yeah.
And what have they really done recently? Not much.
No.
But like they were just so arrogant and cocky. One dude was rude to my mother that was with me at one of those games, and I told him to back up or I'd drop his ass. And that's how bad it would get. They run around screaming at fans like, 5th time in a row we've beaten you here, and they're getting in people's faces, and people are just trying to leave peacefully and just mind their business.
Yeah.
But long story short, I made a video talking about that. And this was like my early days, but I ended up pissing off this Michigan State message board.
Yeah.
And well, to sum it up, they saw the video, and I was getting so many views. I'm like, what's going on? And I find out the reason I'm getting these many views is not because it's a good thing, but it's the group is called, the message board is called the Red Cedar Message Board. It's now a part of 24/7 Sports.
Mm-hmm.
This is when they were operating on their own at the time. But to sum it up, do you remember when MySpace was the thing back then?
Yeah, I remember MySpace.
I had a MySpace page, and I like everything online. Yeah, I have it blocked or set to private. I mean, well, somebody from that board, I guess, was a computer hacker. They hacked in, got all my personal information, my full name, where I worked.
They put on the board.
They doxed me.
Oh gosh,
They
classy move, Michigan State.
Well, this is where it gets worse. So, my oldest brother passed away in 1998 in a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
I had a picture of him on there, just honoring his memory. They make fun of him.
That's not cool, man.
If there was ever a point in time where I felt like literally killing somebody, that
Michigan
was
State fans. That's some dirty, classless stuff there.
Yeah, all because I make a video which was basically just a joke. I mean, it was a bad joke, but a joke nonetheless. I was just a comedian who bombed.
Yeah.
And they took it personal to do that crap. But it's like, yeah, they made threats to they never threatened to kill me or anything, but they were threatening to like call into my workplace and stuff like that. And of course I'm scared because I don't know what any of these weirdos are gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's the greatest game in the world, but it can also bring out the worst in people too, which is unfortunate. I try and cling to the good parts of the game that I love, but it's hard to ignore crap like that from fans.
No,
I don't really hear very many stories about Notre Dame fans doing that kind of stuff. I mean, there's the drunk college kids every now and then, and there's stupid fans from everywhere, but you see it a lot more from the Michigan States or these other schools where people just act insane.
Just to be fair, I'm sure it happened somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, myself personally, I've never seen it. I've had Notre Dame fans hate me before.
Really? At the games or what?
No, and like online.
It's easy to hate people online, man.
A lot of people on UHND did not like me.
Why not?
Well, this is funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's unbelievable, I should say. Do you remember when we had that one offensive line recruit? I think his name was Matt James, the kid who died from an accident during spring break.
Yeah.
He fell over the ledge or something at a hotel.
Yeah.
Well, I made a video expressing my condolences to his family and that he was going to be a great part of the Notre Dame family, and I hope they find peace. And just was saying that I was thinking of him, and I don't know the kid. I never claimed to.
Yeah.
But so many guys, mostly off of UHND, saw that video. They were calling it a classless move and that they lost all respect for me and this and that. I mean, it was disgusting. How are you losing respect for me? Because
you're trying to pay respects, and they're saying that's disrespectful.
Their reason was saying that I'm trying to make money off of it.
Oh, well, how much money do you make doing this thing, Sean?
0.
Yeah.
0.
They can shove it.
But it was terrible. That's the worst I'd ever been treated by other ND fans.
People will always let you down, Sean.
I know. I'm approaching 40. I've seen a lot of it in my life. But
and not all people. I'm not saying all people always let you down, but I'm saying,
well, you'll get some.
People are human. That's the saying. There's only one who doesn't ever let you down.
Upstairs.
Yes, sir. Amen.
But so yeah, that got bad because these guys were on UHND, but they had their own separate website.
Oh yeah.
Where they got together and would just say a bunch of horrible things, and I was the target for them for a while. So I was getting hit on both sides, my own fan base and Michigan State.
Yeah. Yeah, but, internet can bring out the worst in people, unfortunately.
Well, I got a little payback though, because I found out some of the actual identities of one of those guys off the Michigan State board. You know how? Because he pissed off one of his own fans.
Oh, they turned on each other.
Yeah,
classy,
they turned on each other.
Classy to the end.
And it's funny, at this point in time, YouTube still had private messaging.
Okay.
Out of the blue one day, I get a message on YouTube from a guy saying, "Hey, Sean, do you want to get back at the message board?"
Oh man.
And I hadn't seen him at this point in time, I hadn't interacted with him for a while. It was pretty quiet. And I said, "Yeah, sure. What's going on here?" And so he told me one of the guys that did the most talking and whatnot, I wanted him so bad. I hated him with a passion.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me this guy's real name and info. I'm like, I wanted to hold something over this guy's head. But long story short with that, this guy, and this is where you really see how fake people are. This guy who had been saying all these horrible things about my brother, and he was actually saying some filthy things about Notre Dame, because that's when we had those two bad incidents on campus with that Sullivan kid who died in the lift accident.
Declan Sullivan.
Yes, Declan. I forgot his first name. Declan Sullivan. And then there was that Seberg girl, I think her name was, and the whole controversy with what turned out to be Prince Shembo. I don't know all the details on that, but they were actually using this stuff to hate Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Hate a football team, which is pathetic. And so this guy was saying all sorts of horrible stuff about that, about myself personally, my brother, who I miss dearly to this day.
Yeah.
And I come to find out this guy, he's a lawyer in the Chicagoland area. But
defense?
What?
Defense attorney?
I think he was like a little bit of everything.
I can't stand defense attorneys.
I got a funny theory about that. Well, not an interesting opinion about that, but I'll get to that in a second. But this guy was a lawyer in the Chicago suburbs, and he did a little bit of everything, not just defense work. Like he would do like personal injury, traffic tickets, divorce, stuff like that.
And then he spends his time online tearing people down.
Oh, it gets worse. He was involved in his local church. He was a Eucharistic minister.
Okay.
He was he led a youth group at his church.
Oh boy.
And he was also a member of the Knights of Columbus.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I said, "Hey, Artie," because his name was Arthur. I said, "Hey, Artie, you still want to play these games? Keep talking. Keep talking." Because really, I mean, I'm not going to, but it wouldn't be hard to find. Obviously, I know his name. I know where his office is.
Yeah.
But he threw a few more shots out, and I said, "All right, I warned you." So I called his church or his Knights of Columbus chapter, and I said, "Hey, you got a guy who's really representing you guys bad," and I sent him all the proof, and I guess they actually talked to him. They actually talked to him about it, and he decided it was more important to keep talking shit about me than doing some good in the community, which the KOC does do. I know they do a lot of charity events and stuff.
Yeah.
He quit the KOC just so he didn't have to answer anybody, so he could keep talking shit towards me.
Well, that says more about him. That's probably for the best. So it ended up working out.
Yeah, I felt good about it. And guess what? I'm still standing to this day. They're not.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something about defense attorneys.
What you got?
This is my thought. And it's not nothing funny or anything, but it makes you wonder. So obviously, when I've never been in trouble with the law,
Mm-hmm.
but let's just say you're a defense attorney and you have a guy, so that way you can build your game plan in court. Let's say your client confesses to, let's say he's been charged with murder and he confesses, I did it. Yes, this is how I did it. This is what happened. Let's say you go to trial, you get the guy off, he walks. Now, yes, are you wrong for doing your job and what you trained to do? No, but at the same time, it makes me wonder, how can you sleep at night knowing that you just helped a murderer walk?
Yeah, that's
Or a
crazy.
rapist or whoever.
Yeah.
It's like I've always wondered that with defense attorneys. How can you sleep at night knowing that this guy is on the streets because of you?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now you did what you were trained to do.
Yeah.
So I can't say anything about that, but it's like, man, that's got to screw with their minds a little bit. Unless you're just soulless.
Yeah. You probably doing this and putting yourself out there all the time. You probably experienced a lot of soulless people, so to speak, people who just want to tear people down because they're, for whatever reason, I don't know. These Michigan State fans you're talking about.
Oh, I'll tell you another funny story. So this is with a Notre Dame fan hating me, and he has as big connections as I do as far as like family goes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a viewer.
Get him in here.
Hey, Carney, what's up, dude? This is a regular viewer of mine.
Cool. Maybe he'll come on and talk some Indy football.
He doesn't usually come on, but I mean, you can if you want to, Carney. Yeah, no, he's been a big supporter of Ben and I as well. He's even from the Indy Sean 45 days.
Carney, what should we talk about? We've been talking for quite a while.
I didn't expect to go almost 3 hours tonight.
Yeah, it's all good, dude. Maybe he'll tell us what to talk about.
Well, this will get it started. So from the Notre Dame side of things, like I was saying, so I have to explain some political stuff here just so there's context.
Okay.
That so it shows some relevancy to it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get to that question in just a second, Carney. So 2016, which we know was a bad year for the Irish.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing my thing on YouTube, and it was coming up to the Nevada game. So I did my preview for Nevada, and you know what was going on in 2016.
Yeah.
With what Kaepernick was starting and all that stuff. And so myself, I was not a fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just telling you the truth. I have to explain this because you'll understand how it makes sense. So yeah, so Kaepernick was starting that crap, and because of all the bullshit that was going on, defund the police, BLM, all that stuff. And I knew it was all bullshit because I think he was just pissed off because he got benched for Blaine Gabbert.
Mm-hmm.
Just my opinion. But anyway, so I was doing the Nevada preview, and I made a comment telling everybody, yeah, guys, this game's very special for me because Nevada was the first ever opponent that I did a preview and recap for going back to 2009.
Yeah.
And guys, what was really special to me was I was at that Nevada game in 2009, and I got to watch Colin Kaepernick get his ass kicked that day.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I do the rest of the preview. I release it. I start getting some comments like I usually did. We still do. This one guy, and I'll go ahead and say his name. He put it out there. Dude's name is Kelly Garvey. This dude named Kelly Garvey comes on, leaves a comment on the video, says OMG virgin.
That's not even a clever troll. That's just stupid.
Oh, this gets, yeah. And Carney, I promise I will answer all your questions. I just want to tell this story real quick. So I'm like, so what? So because I do a preview video thinking of what Notre Dame's going to do in this game, that makes me a virgin. Well, without going, I don't discuss my sex life, but let's just say you're not accurate, buddy. But I'm like, but who does that?
Yeah, that's clearly, he clearly just wanted to get under your skin with that one.
Yeah, like
I don't have anything. I'll just write OMG virgin.
Yeah, why would you just randomly call somebody that? Would you go into a bar and walk?
No, absolutely not. This is the internet we're talking about, Sean.
Yes, exactly. That's my point. Well, anyway, so the guy used his real name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was his real name, Kelly Garvey. I'll never forget it. And you'll know why in a second. So my thing is, if you're going to attack me with your real name, then yeah, I'm going to see who you are.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not trying to be like a stalker or anything, but I want to see who I'm dealing with here. Well, I find him on Facebook. This guy looks like an absolute dork. Absolute dork. My buddy, my Georgia buddy Magnum said that he looked like Peter Griffin on crack. And I'm like, and so anyway, I in the recap of that game, I'm like, all right. I call him out and I say, oh, and actually, I don't even think it was the recap. I think it was just another video I did that week.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, oh, and Kelly Garvey, if you're watching, yeah, I wouldn't I'd be wise and not attack somebody using your real name. So this guy, I forget what he said, but he made another smart ass comment. So I posted all the pictures that I had that he had online.
Oh man.
But here's the thing though. I don't hold their family responsible.
No.
So any pictures that had his wife or his kids, I cut them out.
Mm-hmm.
I cut them out. It's not their fault that their dad and their husband acts like a jerk off on the internet. And so I made this guy a laughing stock, and everybody was commenting like crazy. Like, man, that guy looks like a dork. He looks like a doofus. And
oh man.
And so he flagged the video. And it got taken down.
Oh, he didn't like how it ended, what he started, huh?
Well, I found out why he called me what he did in the first place. Because I saw on his Facebook page, and he had not a ton, but you could tell what his political affiliation was. Let me just put it that way. So he had some posts that were the opposite of mine.
Yeah.
And he called himself the PRO, the Prime Ryman one. So I guess he's into like doing R&B or rap.
Oh gosh.
And I heard it. I'm like, God, this dude's awful. And I'm not even an R&B or rap fan.
Yeah.
But here's the fucked up part out of all of it. He made threats towards me saying that I posted pictures of his kids.
Which you didn't.
I did not. It was 100% not true. The one of the pictures that I posted, I cut the kid out, but the kid had like a frizzy hairstyle. There was some of his hair left in the picture, but the kid's face and everything was cut out. And I said, dude, I didn't post a picture of your kids. The only one that I posted had some of his hair in it.
Yeah.
But his face was out of it. He's like, I don't care if it's a strand of hair or a fingernail. You ever do that again, I'll kick your ass, this and that. I'm like, you're not going to do shit, buddy. And then he gives me the lot of where he tailgates at. And if he thinks I'm actually stupid enough to come and meet him when all of him and his friends are there, and I risk getting jumped by all these guys, I'm not retarded. I'm not stupid.
Yeah. What the?
Because
That's so.
I don't always have a lot of people come with me to games.
Yeah. So dude attacks you, then flags your stuff. Yeah. He doesn't like the way that turned out. That's what happened.
And I found out afterwards. Here's the big finish for this story. You know who his grandfather was?
Mm-mm.
Jim Seymour,
No kidding.
Notre Dame wide receiver back in the '60s.
So this guy's a Notre Dame fan. Got his grandfather played, and he's acting like a idiot on the internet.
Yeah,
That's
all because
towards another Notre Dame fan.
yeah, all because I made a comment of that it was in regards to his political affiliation that he didn't like.
Yeah.
And besides, Kaepernick's shown to be a fraud anyway.
Yeah, I don't.
But I'm not going to get far into that.
I don't care for Kaepernick either. To be honest with you,
he's a fake. He just used it to stir the pot because he was pissed off that he got benched, and he's a grifter. He's trying to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't give two shits about any of the stuff that went down. But that, like I said, that's another story for another day.
Yeah, a lot of those people don't. A lot of those organizations were not what they said they were.
Yeah, so that's the big part of the story. Is I had a former Notre Dame player's grandson start crap with me and threaten to kick my ass and all that. I'm like, boy, I'm sure your grandfather is looking down. He's very proud of what you're doing.
I bet these other podcasters that you talk to and people you have on your show, and they've probably been through that too. If you're gonna put yourself out there on the internet, just always gonna be an idiot.
Yeah,
Gonna come at you because they don't like something about themselves, and they'll put that on you.
I think so. There's something that they're. It could be easily as them having a bad day and they want to take it out somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, Carney's been waiting long enough. It's time to address some of his comments here. This is a 2-1. What's the ceiling for CJ Carr?
Oh man,
Good enough for the Heisman next year.
oh, I like this guy. We talked about this. I love CJ Carr. I'll just repeat what I said before. From what I've seen, he seems like he's putting in the work. He's watching the film, so he knows where to anticipate and when to throw that ball. He's throwing these deep balls right on the money. And even the ones that are getting picked, like he's giving them a chance, which is exciting to see from a Notre Dame quarterback. Cause it's been a while since, I watch a lot of college football, a lot of NFL football, and I watch all these other quarterbacks who are prepared and talented and smart, and they're making these really nice throws. They're doing these back shoulder throws. They're throwing with anticipation. They're throwing their guys open. And it's just been a while since we've seen a guy do that here. We talked about Ian Book and how he was great for the school and he was a winner and he was a gutsy guy, but he just wasn't quite that way in my opinion. And CJ Carr, he's not afraid to make those throws, give his guy a chance. I mean, we've seen him make some mistakes, right? That USC game, that was
Yeah.
that was a young kid out there trying to make a play, and he got coached up and he's not going to do that again. But he hasn't shied away.
But we probably missed the field goal anyway. But
yeah, dude,
I'll be here all week, folks.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, but like he's still out there slinging it, and he's very talented. He's very smart.
He's
and
elite status.
Yeah, I think the sky is the limit for him, and I'm a Notre Dame homer, admittedly. I love this team. I could see him winning a Heisman Trophy, absolutely.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're a homer or a hater or someone on the outside looking in. It doesn't take a genius to see that this kid is playing well and he's miles ahead of where he should be.
Well, I watched that Penn State Indiana game. I watched the Oregon game. That Mendoza kid, he is a talented quarterback, but CJ Carr is better. And if we wouldn't have lost those, we did. We lost those first two, but if we would have snuck those out, he would be #1. He would be the guy to beat. I think the sky's the limit for him.
I think he will be in the next few years for sure. That's my opinion. Um, when you asked Tanner what should we talk about, Carney says let's drag Brian
Oh
Kelly.
man, we did that too. Heck yeah. Oh, the lawsuit. You know, I hate to side with Brian Kelly, but if it's in his contract, he should get it. That's why we have contracts. I don't like the guy, but if the contract says you get 50 mil, you got to pay him. And I don't blame him one bit for saying, "No, you pay me all that. You pay me that money regardless of the job I did." Yeah, I left your program in a worse shape than I found it, but you owe me that money. I
Uh,
like this guy.
no, Carney here is great, dude. He's been around for a while, and he always makes a lot of good. He asks a lot of good questions, makes a lot of good comments, and this guy is just an absolute riot to be around. I'm glad to have him be a part of our following here. But yeah, LOL. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry that we had to talk about this. I'm sure that's what you mean, right? Don't worry about it. It's
The
all good.
lawsuit, yeah. I don't. You can say what you want about Brian Kelly and the lawsuit, but what would you do if your job, if you signed a contract and they said, "Hey, if we fire you, you have a buyout. You have a $50 million buyout." What person wouldn't want that money? That's ridiculous. No, you're not going to give me 25 million. You said you're going to give me 50. Give me my money, and you'll never see me again.
Yeah, you paid for me. I'm sorry I couldn't produce what you wanted me to, but you made this deal. You
Yeah,
are
yeah. So I mean, the lawsuit. I find, I guess, let's say the lawsuit is separate than his legacy. He's going to go down as a failure at LSU, but he got paid. So the lawsuit, I don't knock him for suing for what he should get according to the contract. But on top of that, if we need to feel good about it, yeah, he sent that program back quite a bit. It seems
yeah.
because
Um,
LSU should not. I mean, LSU is a proud program. That's still a good job. They can recover from that. They just need to get him out of there and get someone in there who is not the way he is.
exactly. Don't because Kelly, as soon as he got in there, he was just trying to be something he wasn't. It's like,
Yeah.
Brian, don't try to talk with the southern accent.
That was so funny.
You're from Massachusetts, dude.
Yeah,
Be who you are.
that was funny.
I'm here be with my family.
My family.
Yeah,
Brian, what you doing, man?
I know. And these are comments that Carney's making more towards Carr. He's a natural, I think.
Absolutely.
He's accurate AF. We know what that means.
Yeah.
Best quarterback we've had in 20 years. I have to agree. I
20
think
years, that would have been
Brady Quinn.
2005. Brady Quinn playing here in 05.
Yeah, he was there. His years were 03 to 06.
Yeah.
I think
Who did we have after Brady that was better than Carr? I think he's right.
for Brady Quinn, we had Jimmy Clausen.
Gosh, he was a baller though. People want to drag on Jimmy Clausen because they don't like him personally, but he could sling it, man. He was just as a dog.
He had some good moments. You can't deny that.
He needed a defense.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Let's see. Then we had of course we had Ian Book in there, but then there was also Deshaun Kaiser,
Good college quarterback.
Golson, of course.
Good college quarterback. Yep.
Malik Zaire.
Unfortunate circumstances kind of hampered him. He could have been special, I think.
Yeah, I mean Ian Book stayed the longest, and he was the most consistent. Well, since Brady Quinn, that is. Ian Book stayed the longest and was the most consistent, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, it was just the series of transfers, portal guys,
Mm-hmm.
Hartman, and then obviously Riley last year, and then the kid from Wisconsin,
Jack Cohn.
Jack Cohn, yes.
Yeah, CJ Carr, I would agree, is the best since Brady Quinn, and we're just seeing the beginnings of it too. I have confidence this kid's going to be special.
You can tell he grew up around it. Yeah, I mean, with Lloyd Carr being his grandfather.
That's all anyone could talk about when they signed him. Which that's a good storyline actually, because I
Yeah,
can't stand. I wish we could play Michigan more. I
well,
hate Michigan.
they're supposed to be coming back.
They are, but it's not the same when it's not every year. I wish I could make the schedule. It'd be Michigan be on there, Michigan State be on there. USC would never leave the schedule. What do you think about Navy though, Sean? Should we keep playing Navy?
For all the heart attacks they gave me, no. But to be fair, we've been playing them not for 95 years. You got to keep them. There's just too much tradition there.
There is, yeah. There's a lot.
Respect.
But every time they play them, it's either they're trying to hype up this game to get more interest in it because the interest level is always low because they're down so often, or like I don't know what it is about Navy, but all they ever talk about is like how difficult this triple option is. Freeman's been working on the triple option since fall camp or since spring. He's been working on it, and then he took his bye week. That's why we played down against Boston College because we were looking ahead to Navy and triple option, Navy, Navy, Navy. It's like it's enough already.
Well, I mean, it is tough to defend, but what makes it difficult is just there's so much trickery in it, and the blocking scheme. I mean, Navy goes for the legs a lot. Do you notice that?
Yeah, it's always been that way. It seems like they kind of. I think they tweaked those rules a little bit where they weren't the cut block has been regulated a little bit more where you can't engage guys on two levels now, but they used to hurt people doing that all the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, I understand why they do because in the service academies there is a weight and a weight limit that you have to meet, and
Yeah.
it's a fairly small size compared to the average offensive lineman.
Yeah, it's that they call that triple option that equalizer where it's this offense that no one wants to run. You're not going to recruit kids to come to it, but it's really the only option if you're going to run a service academy and compete with like actual football players. And no disrespect to the service academies, those are real men. Those are tough dudes, but they're not. It's not the same as bringing in Gerby Lambert or these huge dudes that we got. It's a different breed. So you have to play a different style to still compete.
Their service comes before football.
For sure. And I love that about them. We owe a lot to those kids.
It's not, and the thing is with what they do on the field, it's not impossible to stop, but it's just where it really gets frustrating as they go on these long drives after only picking up like 4 yards of play.
Yeah.
And
We've been seeing that less and less though, and I think it's because of these athletes that Freeman's bringing in. We got Viliamo Asa. We got just all kinds of speed. Drake, he's fast. He's vicious. And just these dudes that are in there now, they're different than the Brandon Hoyts and the Maurice Crumbs that we used to have playing linebacker at Notre Dame. We got dogs now.
yeah,
And
they're
he's
different.
bringing more and more in. And the speed that we have on defense now, I mean, you saw what happened. We crushed that Navy team. They couldn't, and even their coach, they were commenting on the broadcast, like, I think their coach, he's keeping Horvath out because he knows they don't have a chance. He doesn't want to risk his quarterback. He's got more games to play.
The thing is, too, they still have they actually do still have a shot at possibly getting that group of 5 spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
because if they win the American, they still got to play Memphis, and if they're able to win the American and get ranked high enough, they could possibly. I mean, I know it's South Florida right now, but things could change in the next 3 weeks for that conference.
Yeah, that Navy team is tough though, and Notre Dame is. I mean, like we've said it over and over. We're big Notre Dame fans, but Notre Dame is a very good football team.
Yes.
And Navy is not a very good football team. They're a good football team, but they really didn't have a shot based on all these athletes that we have on this defense now. And it's just a different. It's if you. I mean, you're watching these games. It's different watching like Carney said 20 years ago. Brady Quinn's playing, but he doesn't have a defense to keep him in games now. These dudes on defense, they're fast and they're strong. And if we can just get a coordinator to put them in the right spots, they're going to be dangerous.
Yes. Interestingly enough, the first ever game I attended was against Navy.
Mm-hmm.
back in 1999. Do you remember that one?
Shalimar Brazier on that team,
On the Navy team or Notre Dame?
that Navy team wide receiver.
Might have been. That name's not ringing a bell, but he might have been. But I'll never forget that game as long as I live. It was Halloween weekend, 1999. We'd start off the season crappy, but we're making a comeback. That
Mm-hmm.
turned out to be our last win of the season for the
Jeez.
Navy at home that year. But what happened was Navy was about ready to have us beat.
Mm-hmm.
It was 24-21 Navy, a couple minutes left in the game, and third and about 2 or something, third and short, they get a sack. So now we're faced with a 4th and 11. 4th and 11. And I'll never forget this. I can't believe they actually threw it short, but Jarius Jackson, our quarterback at the time, threw short to Bobby Brown, tight end or a slot back. I forget.
Oh yeah, I've seen this clip.
And they end up making the first down by a centimeter.
Yeah.
A centimeter keeps the drive alive, and then they end up scoring the game-winning touchdown, Jarius Jackson to Jay Johnson. And that was my first ever game. Notre Dame wins 28-24.
Yeah, that'd be a great memory.
Always fun. I remember I won $5 from my buddy at school, and he still hasn't paid me.
So when I asked you about should we keep this Navy game, you made some really good points. Like, yes, the history is great, but we don't get any credit for beating that Navy team, it seems like.
No,
and they're a tough out, and they take a lot of time and energy, but you beat Navy, no one cares. You lose to Navy, everybody cares.
Yeah, I know. It's
And we know the history of the game. Like, I get it. The school owes a lot to the Naval Academy, but it just, if you could fill that spot, I'm not advocating we should get rid of Navy, but like, let's just play devil's advocate. Let's say Georgia's available on the week you have Navy scheduled. Like, maybe we should play Georgia. Let's try and beat this Georgia team. Because if we win that game, we keep going up. But if we beat Navy, like,
I'd like to see
no
more.
one gets excited to beat Navy.
I'd like to see more opponents like that. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to playing a Georgia or maybe even an Oregon in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, and we got some interesting teams coming. I mean, Florida's coming up, Alabama's coming up.
I can't wait for that Alabama game, man.
I know it's going to be big. We're going to be playing Clemson for 12 years straight.
Yeah, that Kalen DeBoer, who coaches Alabama, he actually started in Sioux Falls, where I live in South Dakota. He started at University of Sioux Falls, coaching the Cougs.
Nice, dude.
The Cougars, yeah, he played there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I hope he finds all the success. I hope he wins every game, unless they play Notre Dame. Then I hope they beat him.
Right, I get you. That makes perfect sense. Carney did ask earlier, where was it at? He also wanted to ask how far behind he feels that we are compared to Ohio State.
I think that Ohio State quarterback, being as young as he is, makes it a lot closer. I think they play really good defense, but that Julian Sayin at Ohio State, he's brand new too. And I think CJ Carr is better. I think CJ Carr's ceiling is higher. And I'd say Ohio State's probably the better team right now. But you never, like, you let it work itself out on the field. You know, he might not have a great game. We might have a great game. And that's the fun of college football. And if the gap is not closed yet, I have confidence that next year, 2 years, Notre Dame's going to be right there.
Well,
right there, it's one of the best teams. We lost twice, so we're not the best in college football. We know that because we've lost those games, but I think they are trending the right way they need to.
Yeah, I think so too. And that's just it. Ohio State, they're still going to get the big guys.
Yeah, and they have very good. I mean, they got absolute beasts on that team. So they're probably more talented, maybe at this point. that doesn't mean that Notre Dame can't beat them if they play, because you never know.
Exactly. But I do think that we are bridging the gap.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we're not 100% there yet. But like you said, we're getting closer. They're getting the studs, but we're getting the studs too.
Yeah.
That's just it. We are definitely keeping pace at the very least.
Yeah, I think what has affected a lot of fans, because you see all the time on social media or message boards, some people just say the same thing over and over, like, we need more 5 stars. We need more 5 stars. Like, what is a 5 star? Like, if you have a defense that relies on your defensive ends putting pressure on the quarterback, like, and you have other guys to take up the other responsibilities. You got a Boubacar Traore, and you want him to get after the quarterback. Does it really matter if he's got if some site says this guy's a 5 star quarterback, or this other site says this is a three, or not quarterback, sorry, defensive end. This other site says he's a 3 star defensive end because he's not big and strong. Well, it's like, we don't need a guy that's big and strong. You recruit the guys that you need in your program. So maybe Boubacar
Oh,
Traore is not a good. Go ahead.
Hold on, Carney. Don't leave just yet. Hold that thought, Tanner.
Yes, go. What's you got?
He wanted to know if we had he has several things here, but in regards to Brian Kelly, he asked where is it at?
I'll drag Brian Kelly if we need to.
Damn it, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. He wanted to know if did we discuss the rumor about, I would assume, Kelly's divorce, the morality clause. I didn't even know there was a divorce rumor.
Well, I could see. Yeah, I don't have information on that, but if LSU didn't want to pay, if $25 million was on the line, and one way to not have to pay that was to try and get a gotcha on Brian Kelly for this morality clause, I think some lawyers might pursue that route. So I'll have to look into that. We'll have to see if he's cheat. What's the implication here? Like, how, I don't see how it's immoral to get a divorce. So there must be something else that he's referring to.
I mean, you shouldn't get a divorce, but it happens.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be. I can't imagine in America that would be grounds for not paying someone what they're owed. So we'll have to look into see maybe some allegations came out that I'm not aware of.
You know, it's I could see him being a pain in the ass to his wife. Not necessarily hitting her or anything like that, but I could definitely see there being arguments and him pissing her off. And
I think is that gosh, when he was at Notre Dame, I think she was a cancer survivor, and they hyped up how strong and Pocky Kelly this. She's a strong woman. So I don't know the situation. I can't comment on it, but I'm definitely gonna be looking into this morality clause he's referring to, because now it has my interest.
You know what's funny about a morality clause? I remember, this is just funny how things change. A decade ago, Arkansas hired Bobby Petrino to be their head coach.
Yeah,
he was in a motorcycle accident with his mistress. They fire him because of a morality clause. Now, 10 years later, he's right now currently their head coach. Although even though it's
all about money, like who's going to win us some games, and we'll forgive everything else.
Yeah, so to follow up on that, Carney says there's a rumor about a nasty divorce filing, and then the next day it disappeared. I think something happened, infidelity, perhaps, hence the morality clause.
Oof.
What I'm curious about is
the morality clause is a catch-all where they can fire you for any reason and say morality clause. That's what that is.
What I'm more curious about is who's cheating on who.
I can't imagine who would cheat on someone with Brian Kelly.
At least not somebody 20 years younger. I mean, probably have to be a staff member at the school or something.
Ugh.
I'm not saying he's a bad-looking guy, but it's just like, well, you know what? It doesn't matter.
He's no Marcus Freeman.
It doesn't matter if Belichick can get these chicks at his age. which they're really just after him for his money. Or
Yeah,
it's all
maybe she the side piece got caught wind of his $50 million buyout.
it's possible.
What would you even do with $50 million? I can't even imagine having that much money. I don't even know what I'd do with $50 million.
I know what I'd do. I'd buy my own house for sure. See, unfortunately, I'm renting right now.
Yeah.
But no, I'd buy my own house and But the thing is, with myself, I don't need a bunch of lavish things. Not
Yes.
trying to get off topic here, but I definitely buy a house, a better car than what I have, which my car that I have now isn't bad, but
You should get into coaching, Sean. You can make a lot of money.
I thought about
You got to coach football, though. That's where the money's at. All these buyouts are crazy. Franklin got paid for failing. Kelly got paid for failing. All these coaches. I can't imagine. I kind of respect what Wisconsin did. They're not going to fire Fickle. They're going to invest in him. They're going to pour more into him. They're going to stand behind him, which I think is their only option.
Yeah, they have to. And
Absolutely.
Carney, thank you so much for stopping by. If we didn't get all of your stuff that you asked, we apologize. But as they say on Pardon the Interruption, we'll do better next time.
Yeah.
But
Great
it's always a blast to have you here, man. Oh, and I just saw Superfan DK, another regular. He showed up.
Nice.
Those USF teams under DeBoer were an NAIA juggernaut.
Oh, dude, who is this guy? Yeah, my man. Superfan DK. All right, cool.
Yeah, he's been around for a while. He
knows ball. He's talking about the University of Sioux Falls Cougars. Awesome. Yeah, DeBoer, he's a dog. It took him a while to get going, but it seems like he's got that program rolling now. Like, they are tough.
Oh my God, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just saw this comment from Carney.
Oh boy, what you got?
Kelly hung like a fruit bat.
He must be. I mean, the only explanation, or that $50 million could be, but
so she wanted to be paid because he wasn't big enough. I'm pretty sure that's where he's going with this comment. Well, give the guy a break. He's in his 60s.
Hey man, if I had $50 million, I wouldn't care at all. Give me my $50 million.
Well, I would care.
I got to look into this. That's so interesting that he's talking about this morality clause and what's going on with Kelly. And geez, I'm no better than any other Notre Dame fan. I'd love to see what's going on. Briarcliff alum. Oh, right on. Nice. I'm an hour from Sioux City. Was he wearing an Iowa hat? Oh, right on.
Yep.
Cool. Cooper DeJean. That's my dog. Cooper DeJean from the Philadelphia Eagles, Sean.
Yep, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, man. He played at Iowa, and he was amazing.
You know, I've always heard that both the Dakotas are beautiful as hell.
Yeah, and you can see the entire state, east to west. No, you can't really, but there's nothing to look at. You get on the interstate in South Dakota, you can drive from the east side of the state to the west side of the state, or vice versa, in 4 hours, and you don't turn at all. It's a straight shot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and there's no trees. It's flat. You can see the whole way you're going. It's kind of depressing, actually, because you can see 4 hours in front of you. Like, I got to go that far.
Oh, wow. But no, you see, I've been to that area of the country. Like when my aunt and uncle and cousins, they were living out in Cheyenne, Wyoming, when he was stationed in the Air Force. And man, that countryside was so beautiful, dude.
Yeah. We used to drive through Cheyenne to go to Wyoming Cowboys football games when I was a kid. My dad used to take me down there, and that was like way before. That was when Joe Tiller was their coach back in the day. Yeah,
that is going back. Holy cow!
You remember Joe when he was coaching at Purdue?
Oh yes.
And then his quarterbacks would just throw for thousands of yards, and Drew Brees would throw for all these yards, and he had some good offenses there. But
Drew Brees, and then Kyle Orton.
All them Purdue quarterbacks were just great.
Yeah, they were pretty good. But I remember Joe Tiller very well because the very next week after the Nebraska game in 2000, Godsey somehow let us downfield far enough for Nick Setta to hit the game-winning field goal.
Gosh, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I wish we had him right now. He was a dog too.
Him, Justin Yoon. Oh, I miss him.
Oh, Yoon, yeah.
Kyle Britna.
Yeah, Kyle, you take these guys for granted when they're here and then they're gone and nothing is, I mean, it was a shoo-in. Those guys did not miss those extra points and they'd hit those field goals too.
Yeah.
Rougher, he was hitting those long ones. We've had some good kickers. It's now very apparent that we don't because they're missing little easy ones now. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're not going to, if you want to have a future at the next level, you're not going to get far doing that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just that area of the country. I'd really like to get back there and explore more, like more of the Dakotas and maybe go to Wyoming again. And because I just remember it being very beautiful countryside. And I've never been hunting before, but I've been curious about it. And I hear the hunting there is very good.
Yeah, man. Pheasant, deer, all kinds of good stuff in South Dakota. There's no people, which is my favorite part.
I'll tell you one thing. This is not – I know this is kind of playing on North Dakota State and all that, but I can tell you I have had buffalo burger and steak. Oh, my Lord, some of the best meat I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, I definitely like – I'll visit you, of course.
Yeah.
If you're ever down for that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you want to get out, buddy? Sorry, my cat's wanting to get out. Go on, buddy. I've always been like my stepmother's family, all into hunting. Never done it, but I have been curious about trying it at least once.
Yeah, it's relaxing and fun at the same time. You can spend all day doing it. Yeah, you'd like it.
Oh, so are you a big hunting guy?
Yeah, pheasant and deer, grouse. I have an uncle who farms in winter South Dakota, and he's got all kinds of farmland, and pheasant is huge in South Dakota.
Oh, okay, there you go. I've had pheasant before, but it's just, in my opinion, because here's the thing, dude. Ben and I always joke that if this channel wasn't about Notre Dame football, it'd be about food.
Oh yeah, you should. I think you just came up with something because you said you wanted something to stand out. Why don't you do both? Blend them together.
Well, we kind of did when our one friend Nick did the that White Castle slider challenge.
Yeah.
You see, here's what that challenge was. He had to eat 15 White Castle sliders and then down a pint of Guinness in 15 minutes.
How'd he do?
I think he did it in like under 10.
Nice.
It's like, man, he was putting them away, and we still owe that guy too. We wanted to give him a gift card, just like a one of those Visa gift cards.
Yeah. We
still haven't gotten it to him yet, but he doesn't want it. He said he was just happy enough to do that.
Nice.
I'm like, he's got a point. 15 sliders and a beer. I mean,
that sounds awesome, actually.
That's paradise for 10 minutes.
But tailgate at the Notre Dame games you go to?
Not always. I mean, we bring a tent sometimes, and we just put out a simple, deli platter and whatnot.
You guys go in the white lot to the north, or like in the actual lot just the south of the stadium?
Well, actually, they're the blue and gold lots now. But yeah, out there.
Yeah, take the bus over.
Yeah, the only time we've ever tailgated inside the parking lot is when when my uncle had a spot, of course, or for seeing some friends.
Yeah.
But no, my group, we don't have our own tailgate spot inside there. We just put up a tent and do our thing out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Or out in the field lot, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
But we're going to be going to the Syracuse game next week, and we're not planning on doing anything.
You're going to be cold?
Not the way I dress, I'm not.
Nice.
Well, see,
as long as it's not raining, I'm fine. I just don't want to be wet and cold.
I hate the rain. But Ben and I were at that BC game when it was a blizzard. I
Oh,
gotta
geez.
admit that was kind of fun.
I bet that was pretty cool. It was bizarre to watch on TV. I can't imagine how cool it was to be in the stadium that day.
We were south end zone, like not in the corner, but by the corner. And let me put it to you this way: so the jumbotron was right to our left. The
Mhm.
snow was so thick you couldn't even see what was playing on that screen.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that fog game from years back when the Eagles played on TV and you couldn't see it when
I know.
Randall Cunningham was the quarterback. That fog game it was insane. Like when that game was on TV, I was watching that Boston College game you're talking about, and it's fine. Nothing. It's a normal game, and then the weather comes in and we can't even see what's going on.
I know it's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah,
And this is everything. The HD TV and the best of all
yeah.
that stuff. And
No match for that storm.
no, it wasn't.
That's
And
awesome.
but it was an experience though. And what I really like too is you got all the people that walk out and leave. So Ben and I are left with all this leg room, which was great.
Nice.
It's like screw it, no man. We drove 3.5 hours to come and watch this game. We're staying. We're going to sit in the snow. We prepared for this.
Yeah. Man,
Was I-
you're talking about Boston College. I was at that Boston College game back when Carlisle was playing quarterback and Arnaz Battle was wide receiver. It was the green jersey game. They lost in Notre Dame Stadium.
Oh, fuck
But
you for bringing that up.
yeah, that hurt. I was there. Trust me, it sucked. But like, I was a kid and I'd never seen them wear these green jerseys before. Like my entire life. Back in the day, they wore them every game.
Yeah, all the
They
time.
they always wore green. Well, then you get these couple one shots in the Gator Bowl where they put these green jerseys on, but that was it. And I never even it was novel to me. So I'm in the stadium. They're warming up in the blues, and me and my dad we'd always go in and watch warm ups. I always thought that was cool to watch these dudes warm up. So
Oh
they
yeah.
warm up in their blues. They go into the locker room. This is the Willingham era. They come out in these green jerseys, and I was speechless. It was the coolest thing. We were in the south end zone. They run out of the tunnel from the north towards us in these green jerseys with white numbers. They were beautiful. Now the game sucked, but it was the coolest feeling for about 10 minutes watching
Man,
these guys run out in the green jerseys.
let me tell you something. We got screwed in that game so bad too.
So I went back and watched it because I'm in the stadium. I can't tell that we're getting screwed. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, and that sucked because we could have been. We were like number 3 or number 4 or something crazy. We could have that game. That's the game that started the bad
If we
stuff.
win that game, we at the very least had a BCS bowl game locked up.
Yeah,
Not saying I mean we probably wouldn't have beaten SC
no,
because SC was the last game of the year that year. But had we beat Boston College, we at the very least would have made a BCS bowl game.
yeah,
But yeah, you go back and watch that game. We had a guy ruled out of bounds when he had the ball caught and his whole body was in the end zone.
yeah. So I went back and watched, and like I said, you're in the stadium. This is before the jumbotron. We didn't know. We're like, oh crap! I didn't. It sucked that we were losing, and then we lose the game, and it's total downer. But the jerseys, when they came out, that was exciting.
Oh, I had a replica jersey of that.
Oh man, that's a good jersey. You can still buy that jersey on eBay.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like those brighter green ones, almost
yeah,
like a brighter shade than this.
yep.
I know exactly which ones you're talking about.
Those were cool jerseys. It's the same, and so were the Kelly Green ones that they were against USC in '05. Those were cool too.
I had that one as well.
I like the gold numbers on those. Those are pretty jerseys.
Yeah, it was like a Kelly or a forest green, whatever. With the
Yeah, they look really good.
Those were slick.
That's back when the team wore gold pants instead of this mustard yellow nonsense they wear now.
Well, it's still gold. It's just they're trying to match the color of the dome.
Yeah, I don't need that. I like the old champion gold. Remember the I thought those champion uniforms they made before they went to Adidas, those were just sweet. They look so nice. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess if you're trying to match the dome, then that makes sense. Doesn't mean I have to like it. I think that I don't like the color of the
How
pants.
dare you not like it? You don't have a right to your opinion.
Yeah, well, I didn't get my degree from Notre Dame, so I guess I can't
That's kind
talk.
of that's where I was going with it. I was just trying to get smart at. Oh, Carney had another comment that he left that I wanted to. Yeah, I think he's kind of right on this, but kind of wrong too. Guys don't even wear knee pads correctly anymore.
Or at
No,
all.
yeah, I was saying that they don't wear them at all. It
Yeah.
seems like.
That's so dumb. Every week I'll see a new picture of a player come across my feed, and the shorts keep moving up the leg. It's we're like 2 weeks away from dude just wearing like a speedo out there. It's insane.
Well, whose kicker was it that they were making fun of recently?
Yeah, that's the one I'm referring to. Yeah, I don't remember I know yeah, the picture you're talking about. I can't remember the team, but they're way up there. It's
No,
insane what's
it
happening.
seriously looked like a Ken doll.
Yeah, look at these. Yeah, I think the first image that comes up when you Google Reggie Brooks Notre Dame is he's wearing those beautiful golden shiny pants, and the knee pads cover his entire knee. You don't see there's no skin showing because they wear those long socks, and it's not that way anymore. They're wearing shorts out there. They're wearing biker shorts.
Well, and also another thing too, you have these guys that this is what I don't get. Now maybe you could fill me in because I try to keep up with stuff, but I sometimes fail. So you have these guys wearing the mouthpiece on their mask, but they're not actually wearing it. What is
Yeah.
the deal with that?
I'll see it in the top of the helmet too. I think sometimes they just forget to put it in. I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure they're required to wear mouth guards by NCAA rules, aren't they? Or did they change that?
No, I'm pretty sure you still got to wear one. You still have to have it.
Because it's just like I get confused because I see a lot our receivers, some of them they'll be wearing. Well, Jeremiah Love does this too.
And it just hangs.
It just hangs, but
I think he's just forgetting to put it in. That's my assumption. I don't think he's doing it intentionally.
You see, because I remember when I was playing in high school, they were super strict on equipment.
Yeah.
You couldn't even have a strap undone on your helmet.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was like for you guys, but the rule in Illinois was this: if you're one of your players is caught without a knee pad, tailbone pad, whatever, not only is it a penalty against the team for 15 yards on the field, but it's also a penalty on the coach.
Mm.
Now,
Yeah.
now the rule is this: if the coach gets two of those, two equipment penalties in one game, he's kicked out for the rest of that game and all of the next one.
Yeah, I don't think it's that way, or I don't think it was when I played high school ball, because I don't remember that ever happening.
And it's
But
probably different state to state. Too.
yeah, but they were pretty strict on. I mean, if you could tell looking down the line, who doesn't have their mouth guard in. So I mean, the line judge is yelling, "Hey, put your mouthpieces in," because you can see it hang down. But I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that important in NCAA football. I don't think they really care. Like you're supposed to have one. If you forget to put it in a play or two, I don't think they. I've never seen that called actually.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing I've seen called to an equipment penalty, well, not even a penalty. It's just the when they get their helmets knocked off, they have to sit out a play. That's the closest I've seen to anything like that.
Yeah. Which I think that's a relatively new rule, like within the past 10 years or so. But yeah, I noticed that a lot. And the good commentators will say that, like, if your helmet gets knocked off as a result of a flag, or if they like face mask you and the flag is called and your helmet comes off, you don't have to leave. And the good announcers will explain what that rule is, because that's how I learned about it. And they just it appeared in the rule book one year, and they just explain when that happens. But yeah, I see that one too.
Well, Tanner, I hate to do this, but I am probably going to hop off of here. It has been 3.5 hours.
Yeah, went fast.
But man, you coming on here has made this a stream never to be forgotten.
My man.
I mean that when I have people, you're not the only one, but I've had other people come on and we just get to talking for forever. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I love doing. This is what makes, even though you get pissed off about a video underperforming or whatever, this stuff right here makes it all worth it.
Yeah, good. I have fun too, man. I'll message you on the side. I'll get your info. I'm going to send you these pictures of me and my dad in our kilts at the Notre Dame game.
Okay.
Send
Well,
you some other stuff too. I got pictures with like Freeman and Reggie and all these dudes. I'm sure you do too. But it's nice to meet another Notre Dame fan who appreciates this stuff, because none of my other friends around here appreciate it.
well, it's just, you can't make people be passionate about something. People are passionate about different things, and if they don't get it. That's all there is to it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, you see my name. I'm not hard to find on social media, Facebook and all that. Yeah, so.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on, dude. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah,
Let's go Irish. We're going to get this thing done tomorrow. I know we're going to get this thing done.
Hell yeah, dude. And I probably should get some sleep because it's going to be here before you know it.
I know. We got that early game. I'm going to watch game day right into Notre Dame, and then I'll have a celebratory Guinness when we win by 50.
I hear you on that, man. I might smoke a cigar.
My man. All right. Well, I'll get at you later, Sean. It's good to talk to you.
Hey, good talking to you. And this was an absolute blast, dude. And if you ever want to come on again, you're welcome to.
All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. I like your guys' show. I think you guys do a great job.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. Really does.
All right. Go Irish, dude.
Go Irish. And to everybody else who tuned in, whoever's still watching, thank you guys for tuning in. This turned out to be a great stream. And, well, y'all take it easy, and let's get this done tomorrow. Go Irish.